going to have done 3 sets of bicep curls. Så 54 jag spelar totalt läst mycket bättre type stuff type of content and this got this like strict things that I'm not sure at this point if it's doing just entertainment and what is serious but it's very important. If you're less than 5'10" tall, just give up on trying to get a girlfriend. You'll be disappointed. If you're less than 5'10", don't even try to get a date type of stuff. From the following this like this like video short about if you're less than 5'10", if you're short than 5'10", don't even try to get a girlfriend to this too. So you're invisible to women if you're less than 5'10", which is not true. And I left a comment on this video short ago where we talked about if you're less than 5'10", you're basically visible to women. The Bible in the video is like you just give up on yourself. If you're less than 5'10", don't even try to get a woman because you're just invisible to them. That's not true. So what is not true? Because that's my honest opinion. And my honest opinion is right. Okay. Tell that to Joe Rogan. It's like these people that are making like masculinity red pill type of content. They tell you this like if you're less than 6 feet tall or something like this, you can't have success or something like this. No, it's like easy to put them wrong. It's like some of the most successful men in this world are short. And I said like Joe Rogan is the most successful podcaster. He's got a wife, and he probably, if you look at his whole podcast, I don't think he's going to be lying. If he talks about like his ex-girlfriend, had a girlfriend in high school, he had this girlfriend later on. It's like there'll be like a case in point disproving people like Frank before say if you're less than 5'10", just give up on trying to get a girlfriend because you're just invisible to women. Joe Rogan will be a single example that kind of disproves that. Then people are sure I'm 5'11" with my shoes. Okay, maybe 5'10", 5'9", and that. So let's say I'm 5'9" then, okay? I've never had a problem getting girls, okay? But as a younger man being in dating sites, I got a lot of dates. Okay, off my looks, I've been talking to women. I've had women hit on me. Do you understand? It's like I'm not a super tall guy, I'm not about 6 feet tall. Now, I'm not shorter than the average Swedish man, it's like I stand out how short I am. But I'm not super tall, and I've never had problems getting a girlfriend, okay? Never had problems getting a girlfriend. It's never been hard for me to get dates or get a woman interested in me. In fact, you know me, was a that's a point. If you're handsome and have a six-pack, you're gonna be more attracted to women than a guy who's tall and ugly and has a dad bod. Do you understand? That's closer to the truth than the other way around. People will say, well, women just care about how tall you are. So if you're less than 5'10", just give up and try to get a girl. A guy who's handsome, ripped with a six-pack at 5'7" is going to be more attractive to a lot of women than a guy who's 6 feet, has a dad bod, and is ugly. Okay. So, don't leave comments or hit the like button or you get blocked. That's a hard and fast rule. I don't care if Donald Trump shows up in my channel, start leaving comments. If he doesn't hit the like button, he gets blocked. Do you understand? It's like the only people I make exceptions for are people that have a reasonable degree of certainty that just forgot to hit like button. But for a lot of people that show up, start leaving comments or hit like button, it's because they're like a hater. And they're not really here to support what I'm doing. They're just here to play games. And the same type of person is not looking to hit like button to support what I'm doing. So, if you want to be able to have a chance to be able to interact with Mike's side in comments, make sure you hit the like button before leaving a comment. I don't care what the comment is. If it's positive, people get more to leave comments when I hit the like button first. Period. And at my discretion, it's my YouTube channel. I can choose to deviate from the standard operating procedure at times at my discretion. Okay. Which means there's certain people that they've been showing up support my streams sometimes, and I've had enough experience where I can't tell that this person is not like a Mike SAHA hater, okay? And if they show up, hey Mike, how you doing? I can tell they hit the like button yet. I'm like, oh hey, okay, good to see you again. Don't forget to hit the like button. And then they hit the like button after I remind them. But generally, it's like 99% of the time people come in, start leaving comments on the like button, get blocked. So, the martial arts training I did earlier tonight could count as a warm-up for this. I'm going to be doing 3 sets of bicep hammer curls before this stream is over. Now this I think carbon tank top, and it's wet from my sweat, which means as I was starting to adjust it, I get specific. That could be the autism too, where I'm specific about the fit of clothes and how clothes feel on my body and things like this. And it's like the level of the pants are gonna be, and I get real specific about the feel of clothes and fit of clothes and stuff. But here's the point. As I was starting to adjust it, I realized that I shouldn't be tugging on this as it's wet, because it's gonna stretch it and become 3 sizes larger or something like this. So I'm going to be doing 3 sets of bicep hammer curls before this live stream is finished. My arms are recovered, sufficiently recovered. So the other day I could feel that I still had a little bit of soreness going on, which indicates that my arms are not fully recovered. And I don't have a problem with that training with a little bit of soreness, but if you don't wait until your arms are recovered or whatever the muscle group is, and you just keep exercise, not like, well, exercise it's unwise and foolish if I go, I'm gonna do bicep curls every day and then do them hard, and then the next day I fully recovered, I'm doing it again. Now you're breaking down muscle, you're not building it. So here we go. And this environment is more torturous to me. People talk about sometimes as I'm working out hard, some people come in and be like, no pain, no gain, keep better marks. Some really look like gym people are like, no, that it can be like, if you're training hard, it's like they might be able to tell that I'm pushing to like fail a lot of times, and it's not that really like tickling me. But a lot of people might not understand is it's more torturous to me, painful just to sit here right now with this light without sunglasses and a baseball hat on due to my autism. I'm so sensitive, baby. I got sensitivities. So just sitting here, relaxing, well, sitting here not relaxed is more kind of painful than in the dark room working out until my arms are on fire, understand? So now I do like to make the exercise streams, and also if I'm gonna do like shorts, fitness modeling shorts, take picture of myself, selfies, or make like YouTube shorts. And I'm looking to have it be good visual quality. I do it in here because this is the best lighting. Okay, also unboxing. If I'm gonna unbox something, I'm looking to have good light to show the object. It's like I buy a new knife or new flashlight or something. This is good lighting. Okay, so I have autism, commonly correlated with autism or sensitivities. Can you find maybe 1 in 100 autistic people that say they don't have sensitivities? Yeah, maybe. But I would believe that more autistic diagnosed people have sensitivities and don't. Some kind of sensitivity. Some people, I remember Temple Grandin, I saw a clip from her, and she talked about when she was doing public speaking, some guy, I don't know what he's doing, like, would you mind standing behind me because the movement is kind of messing with me. Okay, so that's also part of the sensitivities, can be having something movement in your visual field can kind of dial into the same processing when it's processing movement. Okay, and that can also be, some people might be more sensitive to that than to bright lights. Okay, now I know that what I notice mostly is the sensitivities to light and noises, and it's not just the lumen strength. So light strength is measured in lumens. Anything from candlelight to, if like scientists are going to tell you how bright something is, it is like a measurement, scientific measurement of light. And the word photo means light, basically. So photosensitivity is what it is. It's measured in lumens. Okay. So it's not just the lumen strength, because if I sit on my back and then the sun is out, I don't really feel that bothered by it. But a light like this, or a fluorescent light, that really bothers me. So it's not just the lumen strength, it's not that light is light. It can be flicker rates. Like you have a monitor 60 hertz refresh rate, and you can have a monitor that has a different refresh rate. There can be types, and the flicker rate matters, and the type of light, like fluorescent LED versus candlelight. So an Edison light bulb in the room, an old school vintage light bulb, which I've had to like go sleuth on the internet to find stores in Sweden where I can order classical vintage Edison type bulbs, like what used to be common in the 90s when I grew up. Like most people that had those type of lights, the type you could burn yourself on, because about 90% of the heat is energy put up by light bulb is heat energy, and around 10% is somewhere around there. So it's like more heat. It's more like a radiator Edison bulb than a light. It's like that a lot of the output, energy output, is heat. Okay. And that more so than the light, I would say, like the ratio, versus an LED is like the invert of Edison bulb, where there's more light than heat generated by the light bulb, the diode, more precisely. So I got sensitivities, and I don't have any toxic shame. I realize a lot of people that have autism has some degree of, well, a lot of giving them of like toxic shame, was that people kind of do a lot more masking. A lot of autistic people do more masking than I do. A lot of people that have something going on that makes them different, it's like they have some kind of shame about it. I don't have shame about being on disability. A lot of people would be insecure and not really like to tell people that they're not having a job or on disability. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem to tell people that I got autism. and sensitivities. Okay, so as a man, I'm not I have a problem till I got sensitivities. Okay, because it's like an allergy or something. It's not a character defect. It's not that it's like I'm so soft in my character and weak that I just am scared of bright lights and stuff like this. Okay, it's like an allergy. It's like a guy who's allergic to dogs, pets a dog, he's gonna start reacting to this in body response. It's not a character issue. It's not like you could be like, oh, it's stopping at pussy, and then not the autistic brain switches. Like we don't have problem with autistic lights anymore, with lights anymore. Just it's like, that's just one of the ways that autism can affect you. And other people are neurodivergent. These people with ADHD, they are not diagnosed with autism, but diagnosed with ADHD. They also report having sensitivities. So it's like a brain thing. Now I would say that I've been able to reduce my sensitivities quite a lot. See how many people are gonna have to block this time. Some wrote, can you please laugh at everything? No. No. I don't tell the Bible in the room, but this is not a jokey live stream. I control the content. I don't pander to my viewers, which means I go live and do what I want to do. I produce art. Sometimes I do a live stream just to feel like going live, see? And it is something I like to do. I like to produce content. I like to go live doing stuff. And I'm not going live to wait for people leaving comments. Okay, that's not the content. I go live to do something. I go live to teach something, talk about something. Okay? And if people are lucky, they have a chance to leave comments if I don't turn off the chat. And if they're even luckier, they have a chance that I will see the comments. And if they're even luckier, they might get an answer or a reaction and response to the comments. Then people are rubbing the wrong way, get blocked. I'm not a request. But I have a person drop in here that I have collabed with before, a female Japanese YouTuber, Siriri. And she wrote, I'm currently in the middle of creating a story. So she's got like a project on her channel, like an AI generated series, okay. And she invited me to be part of it, and I'm part of it. So for the context for other people here, which I naturally feel like giving to people, is Siriri's making like a pirate ship mini series of like short videos where it's like she's on a pirate ship and it's like a video. And there's another YouTuber, Sanjo-san, and he's also in there. And there is another person who's a YouTuber. And she asked me if I want to be, I saw her post something about the pirate ship, and I go like, cool, or something is gonna come. And she responded like, would you like to be part of it too, like be in this? I go, sure, okay. And after that, she sent me like she's working with the AI or something like this, and she sends me like a kind of preview. It's like for your character in the series, and it was rejected by me first, where it's like, I'm Swedish, I guess it's like if some Japanese person is gonna be like in the 1600s and this Japanese YouTuber will make them a samurai with a kimono and two swords and like a funny head or something like this. The kind of thing was like, I'm Swedish, should be like they made me like Viking-esque, okay. And it's like I had to go, it's like, I'm not comfortable with like the runes and the Odin's hammer toward it, like the hammer, because I'm a Christian, and this is like religious paraphernalia. It's like religious stuff that is from a false religion, Norse mythology, which I reject, okay? So I'm a Christian, and despite my ancestors, like being an ethnic Swede, like some of my ancestors, like the Vikings. If you go back hundreds of years back, they were Vikings. Okay, that doesn't mean that because I'm Swedish, I don't have a toxic patriotism. Meaning, a toxic patriotism would be if you're a Christian, and then you kind of still have like pictures of Vikings on the wall with like Thor's hammer and all this like religious stuff that they had that's not Christian, and you kind of like, wow, that's so cool, and it becomes like a certain level where you understand. So I don't have like a toxic patriotism to the point where it's like I'm a fan of everything Swedes were doing hundreds of years ago because I'm a Christian. Okay, so now that being said, after I let her know, after saying like, okay, here's like a character sheet, like a picture and this and that, and it's like, is this okay for you in the show? And I go, no, could you make the like the book be a King James Bible, and like if you want to have a necklace, make it a cross, okay, and things like this, and she went in and worked with it, so we'll see what ends up being. Um, is it okay if Rogan and you are set up as siblings, and should both of you arrive at the port from other countries? No, it's like I'm not okay with us being siblings because it just doesn't make sense, and I don't find it to be very entertaining. So she's a Filipino, which means she's an Asian, okay, and I'm a Caucasian male, okay. So the last part of my ethnicity is Asian, but there's a Cauc before it, and there's quite a big Cauc there, understand? So there's a with all capital letters how I would spell it. So I'm so where's the point? So I'm a Caucasian, okay. So I'm pretty much Asian, but this I can also be a dick sometimes. So um, yeah, so I'm Caucasian. So there's Asians, there's African, there's uh, Hispanic, and there's different ethnicities, and I'm Caucasian. So I don't see how it makes sense that me and a Filipino and Asian would be siblings. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. I'm Swedish, half Finnish, half Swedish, and she's, I think, 100% Filipino. So us being siblings doesn't make sense, and I don't think that it adds. I don't think that it adds any like entertainment value to us being siblings. So I don't think that's a good idea. It's better, and I don't understand. It's like the story like dividing there, where it's like with two non-Japanese people. It's like it's like what is the advantage to us being siblings? Okay, especially when it doesn't make sense in terms of the story that half Finn, half Swede biologically. We're talking blood now. Finnish father, Swedish mother, living in Sweden. Why would I be siblings with a Filipino? Okay, and how would we end up in Japan? It doesn't make sense to me. We didn't see the bicep curls. I don't know if you could see me covertly squeezing a pimple on my shoulder that I discovered sitting here talking. I was kind of squeezing that pimple there. Okay. So that's set one. Yeah, so no, I'm not okay with that. I don't like to be siblings with Robin. It doesn't make sense, okay? And I don't see how that would be like important if you're looking to have like a good series. I can see why it would be an advantage just being siblings. It make more sense if you have if you have like a short where it's like the barbarians arrived to Japan, where you arrive on, so you can have a Filipino, the non-Japanese, and you can have a Swedish person, and you could have a Russian guy on a ship coming from foreign countries, and somewhere along the line they all got on the same boat, okay, to go to Japan, and they don't have to be related to that to happen. So, I'm gonna do a set of the left here. I was doing some wood care before. I don't know if the acne is my testosterone peak due to just how I've been living the last month or so, or if it's that I'm detoxing something, that my body is releasing something that gets caught. It's like heavy metal or something. As I'm sweating and it gets caught and it creates irritation, which results in like some pores being clogged by some solid toxin that I'm detoxing that gets caught and it becomes. But I won't be surprised if a combination of different factors like exposure to allergens. Like it could possibly be the reason I started having like more acne is maybe my testosterone has been going up. I won't be surprised. I mean, I haven't been drinking alcohol for more than a week now. Doubly I'm not taking my supplements. Back on OMED fasting 20+ hours per day, and different things. So, and exercising, doing a little bit more leg exercises since I this. So, we'll see. We're gonna do we're going for a 12 rep set. Here. She wrote the prototype. Okay. Well, I hope that you didn't make us decisions, because then it will be pointless for you to ask. Like if you already have made the prologue and you made us be siblings, and then we ask if it's okay to be siblings, then it will be pointless to ask. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and now some momentum. Some people are overly rigid. I don't have a fixed way of doing bicep hammer curls. I do them different. Sometimes seated, sometimes more static or fixed, you could call, where it's like I'm keeping the elbow here, then I kill the momentum between each rep. Other times I allow some momentum, some sway like this. And beating time here before doing the right set. Here goes. Go for 12. Set number 2. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Set number 2 on the right arm, and switch to the left arm. Do set number 1. Is it 2 or 3 on left arm? I counted as set number 2. So I'd rather undercount it than overcount it. Yeah, so I've been improving across the board. Aging in reverse, I look younger, fresher. I'm in better shape. There's no visible signs of aging in 10 years. I can look at a picture of myself 10 years ago, I look younger now. So I could say that it'd be true. I look younger now than 10 years ago. Another truth is that there's no signs of visible aging, meaning I don't look a day older. I've had and have overcome several health problems. Killed myself with asthma attacks. Killed myself with depression. I used to be on antidepressants for many years. Got off them and I'm not depressed. I used to suffer from panic attacks. Serious mental health for many years. Killed myself with that. No talk therapy, big pharma drugs required. Killed myself with that. Used to suffer from asthma attacks and had a ventile inhaler. Severe asthma attacks and had a ventile inhaler. Don't need to use the inhaler anymore. Don't get asthma attacks. I've also improved my autistic difficulties. There's certain problems that are related to my autism, like the sensitivities, for example. And I've reduced my sensitivities. So, some people with autism give up. Some people with autism just throw in the towel, and they're like, let's say they're like a photo with autism, and they talk like, I just can't socialize, something like this, or you understand, and they're just giving up. Whereas I used to be unable to like talk to the phone of people are having too much anxiety. I used to have agoraphobia, but it's not a thing I kill myself of. Just generally social anxiety in certain circumstances would be extreme. And all from being super anxious and then really able to like talk on the phone or on video calls with people who socialize to any degree. I'm doing public speaking live on YouTube right now in front of 6 people watching me right now as I'm talking to them. Okay, see? So, equipped with knowledge, people can have great improvement, but you need to be armed with knowledge. If you're fighting something, you need knowledge. That's 3. So it's not just enough to learn, you have to apply what you learn. So if you learn that here's something that can help them with this, then you have to apply that knowledge. 4, 5, and subscribe to my Rumble channel if you want to see my health fitness coach. I want to get more specific about things you can do to improve mental and physical. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, counted as set number 2. I have around 10% body fat. We wrote to check out my Instagram. Maybe later, not now. I'm exercising. So maybe later, not now. Right now I'm doing the flexing, the fitness more in between sets. This is the opposite of what a pencil neck looks like. Now this is a guy called Greg the Set. He's voided to the gills, he does voids. Now self-admitted he's not a testosterone guy. In his videos he admits it, so it's not one of these things where it's like Greg the Set exposed fake net or stuff like this. It's like he's got videos about his on T or TH, I think what the thing is. Now he's got the neck where it's like this when he's relaxed, kinda. That's in his videos, and it's like his neck muscles. You kind of like this is like kind of similar to when I'm flexing, no? When he's relaxed, okay? So this levels to the neck muscles. Now, I'm a natural, lifetime natural, 37, barely working out, and I don't do like I need my 200 grams of protein to count my macros and all this stuff. So. I don't know who you are, so who are you and why do you want to call me? What do you want to talk about? And they ask if I have WhatsApp. No, I don't have WhatsApp. Okay. So if there's something you want to talk to me about, you can send me a DM on Instagram. I have an Instagram, Max89. Okay. If you want to talk to me, ask me something, you can ask me here or on Instagram or elsewhere. And since I'm a tall individual, I'm being spied on, so okay, and I know that I am. Everybody's being spied on, by the way, meaning this is what I talk about when I make videos on gang soccer talk videos. We're all being spied on. The government, the state, the American government, the Swedish government spies on everybody, meaning if you live in Sweden or America, they're listening to everybody's phone calls. They're reading everybody's emails. There's no app that you can talk to somebody on without people listening to. So if somebody's like, I want to talk to you in private, Mike, it's like if they think that there's a way to talk to people over the internet without being spied on, I feel the need to let you know that it's like, so it's like how I live my life is I don't do anything in front of my phone or say anything in my home that it's like that I would have problem with, like being exposed to the world. Do you understand? Do you understand? And that's also arming people with knowledge. Okay, meaning everybody's being spied on. So it's better off that you know that you're being spied on, because that can help you to do less things you can get in trouble for. Okay, so I do believe everybody's being spied on. The difference is people like me toward videos know that we're being spied on. Because if you're toward a video, this persecution protocol gangs over toward videos that targets minorities and there's few real ones. They use what they gather by spying on you to customize harassment for you. Okay. Now I do hold to the fact that everybody's being spied on. Everybody's being spied on. Which means and that's might be another thing they like me saying, okay, like the deep state. But I mean, if you walk around naked in your living room and you have like shame about your body, and it's like the CIA want to blackmail American to be like, hey, start working for us and be like an agent for the CIA. You go, I'm not doing, well, we got pictures of you shoving dildos up your ass in the living room, buddy. Understand? And they'd be like, oh shit, yeah, we're exposed to that. Now, if the guy would have known that everything he's doing in his home is being spied on, he'd be less likely to shove cucumbers up his ass for the CIA to blackmail him about. So that's why it's like me talking about this is helpful, okay? And so I'm not joking, okay? Meaning even John Kiriakou, ex-CIA, has admitted that there's clips of him on Instagram where it's like, is it true that your TV can spy on you or something like this? Or it's like, are people being spied on or something like this? But the response is something where it's like, yeah, they can even tap into your TV set and use the speaker. Like if you listen to TV, you have a speaker in there. They can use the speaker as a microphone. They can turn the speaker into a microphone. Do you understand? And you'd be better off knowing that the government has that capability. And I hold to the view that the deep state control the government. You're better off knowing that than not knowing it. Do you understand? Because if the deep state want to spy on everybody, get dirt on everybody, and get information they can use on everybody, you're better off knowing that they cannot spy on everybody, so you give them less things they can use against you. Okay? So anyway, my point is this, some mysterious stranger appears in my chat and writes, they want to call me and ask if I have WhatsApp, okay? And since they look like they want to talk in private, and they said, why would they have problem with what they want to talk in this chat here, like in the comments? And it's like, if they would answer, well, there's something private, so as well, nothing that you do on your phone is truly private in this day and age, I would say. It's better to count on it than to not count on it. So how I live my life is, I don't do things. Do you understand? Okay. It's like certain, it's like, this is my phone here. If I end the live stream, I believe that I can be spied on by people. Do you understand? If I click end this live stream, and it's like, I just keep standing here stretching or something like this, and I'm not live on YouTube anymore, I believe that the deep state that controls the Swedish government could watch me through my camera like you watch me right now. And if like, yeah, we want to know what Todd Riddle and Mike Size doing right now, they can hit a button to listen through my microphone and be like, oh, Mike's taking shit. It's like, sounds in here. But, oh, he's taking shit right now. Okay. Do you understand? And if I'd be like, what's my PIN code number again? It's like, do you understand? So it's like, that's unfortunate the age we live in. Now I would say this, don't get paranoid, too paranoid when thinking about this. But it's better to know than to not know. It is like, there's something, ignorance is not bliss. Which means it's better to know and not count on you being spied on than to not count on it. You'd be better off. Meaning, even if I was wrong in how much people are being spied on, you'd be better off in being like overcautious and like counting on everything you're doing being spied on and monitored than to be like, no, nobody's spying on me ever, okay? You'd be better off because you do less things that there could be a problem, okay? For yourself, okay? Get you in trouble. So I don't know what the point is here. He wrote, yeah, I have an Instagram. So if there's something you'd like to ask me about, and I don't know who you are, you might be like a troll or something like this. Sometimes I have people writing me DMs on Facebook. It's like I post like after stream like this, I get screenshots of this actually and throw it up on like a fitness lovers group or something like this on Facebook. And sometimes I get DMs after where people see my post and be like, I'd be like, hey Mike, I'm gay or something like this. Okay. It's like, hello daddy or something like this. I go, I'm a straight Christian male. I don't appreciate this. Or it could be somebody's like, good job, bro. And there might be some people that are like, see me getting trolled in the group. And like people act like bullies. Like upload a picture like this to fit this group. People go, you're skinny, victim weight. You need more protein. And they'd be like, hey, you're in good shape. Keep going, Mike. Stuff like this. Okay. Now, sometimes I have people reach out to me on social media, send me DMs on Facebook or Instagram. And on TikTok, I got people send me messages too. And I don't have a rule. I don't tell people don't DM me anywhere. But it's like, don't write anything like secret, okay? But it's like yeah, I don't. It's like my main thing is communicating to people like this, okay? I go like I talk to people. People want to talk to me. Can talk to me in my chat. Do you understand? It's like I don't. In my life right now, I'm not really looking to have like a lot of secrets, okay? Okay, I'm not looking to have like a lot of secret stuff. So it's like people in real life, it's like, yeah, I might talk to people. Okay, it's like if I'm, but it's like my life is kind of public at this point in time. Do you understand? It's like I'm a public person. So people want to talk to me, they can talk to me publicly. Do you understand? I'm a public person, meaning I make streams, I talk about my life. I'm like an open book, meaning I'm not doing something that's bad to do. Do you understand? I'm not like secretly a gay person or something like this. There's like, I need to talk to my gay buddies secretly or something like this. Or like, I need to talk to, it's like, you understand? I'm not like living where a big chunk of my life is like secret stuff. It's like, I'm a Christian man and I live the only thing I'm protecting is my privacy, understand? And other than that, it's like I'm not. Yeah, so it's like I'm a kind of public person. People can try to contact me on DMs, Instagram. Depends on what people are writing, okay? And a lot of times, if I'm live like this, people are commenting. A lot of people are playing games with me. They're messing around. They're looking to play games or troll me or uh, things like this. So, hi, how are you? Nina, 4580. I'm from the Netherlands. Do you have a girlfriend? Bye. Okay. I guess I didn't respond to fast enough. So, bye, Felicia. Okay. That some female person started writing comments, asking me questions. And then if I have a girlfriend. And I wasn't checking the comments, so I guess bye or something. Maybe I felt rejected. But it's like a troll. I don't have a girlfriend. I have a wife. I'm married. Okay. I'm remotely married. I'm in a long distance relationship. I'm married to a wife who lives in Thailand. So I'm more than girlfriend having. I'm married. Okay. That doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean that I can't be shirtless on the internet. Okay. Somebody wrote, Oh my god. Okay, you're getting blocked. Looks like gay troll possibly. So Rick came back. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. Here goes. The longer I spend in this environment, the more kind of uncomfortable I get. The more time I spend under this light. So, as I talked about earlier in this live stream, I have autism. And commonly correlated with autism are sensitive sensitivities, which means it's almost like an allergy to loud noises and bright lights, which why you see me wear sunglasses and earplugs a lot of time. And having worked to decrease my sensitivity level, sometimes I can spend like 3 hours playing video games without sunglasses on, turning down the screen brightness, and having like filters on and stuff like this. But sitting here without sunglasses it's really not. So we're going set number 3 on the right arm. Do them standing now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Rest a little bit. Do set number 3 or 4 on the right arm. I kind of lost track. It is going to be set 3 or 4. So I'm counting at set 3. Now down 3 on the left arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm a Christian tornado and a conspiracy realist, which means I know the truth about conspiracies more than the average person. So I do believe that this world is controlled by the deep state psychopathic power elites that control the truth from behind the scenes. The satanic secret society, deep state power elites, they control the truth from behind the scenes. They control America from behind the scenes, they control Sweden from behind the scenes. They control Hollywood, the music industry, the entertainment industry generally. They control it all. It's like the daily movie. They control it all. And I'm a target of that system. And most Todd videos don't have the courage to do what I'm doing, to be a public TI. Most Todd videos are hide anonymity, similar to most Christians. There's other Christians that for them to leave a comment was like it's a sin to be gay or something like this on a Christian YouTube channel. They have to be hide anonymity. And unfortunately, it's rare for Christians to be like YouTubers. They make videos, I'm a Christian, I believe it's a sin to be gay. And the same people like leave these comments like Christian pastor's YouTube channel. Amen, pastor, abortion is murder. Amen, pastor, it's sin to be gay. But I don't have any videos. So it's like the prey distribution, 20% to 80% of the work. I'm one of few Christians that is talk about faith, religion, society openly and not being an anonymous person. I'm rare, unfortunately, amongst Todd videos and being a TI, knowing the truth about what gang stalking Todd videos is and being willing to speak that truth. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I do believe that the deep state that control the Swedish government basically, the government gang stalking program, pardon me, it's a state-sanctioned sponsor program. So this is it's a government gang stalking that I'm taught of, which is what a secret persecution program. They don't like that I'm starting to reach more and more people as a real TI. They don't like that despite them working to shadow ban and hide me from the world, I'm reaching people. I was born people. So, Siri wrote, I wonder what these people are trying to say to you. I don't understand it being Japanese. Is it sarcasm, praise? Which one is it? Mike sort of one of us. We Japanese will not tolerate people who used to use the language. And that's kind of sweet. So, anyway, you don't have to worry about trolls. I deal with the chat and block people that I deem to be abusive. Okay. So it's like Sariri has a mod wrench, and the reason I gave it to her is not for her to work for free for me to manage my chat really. That's so she can drop her link in her chat, and she's done the same for me. So it's like I've been watching her streams and give me mod wrench. I can drop a link to my YouTube channel, so give her mod wrench back. So you don't have to worry about people trolling in the chat. I've seen worse. I've survived murder attempts by this program. And chemical warfare, all kinds of stuff. So, being trolled and harassed in my chat can get me really worked up and angry. But I don't go to bed crying about being trolled in my chat. And a big part of what it's like they try different things. That one thing that sellouts that work for the program, like there's a lot of Christians. I'm a Christian being persecuted by the deep state, taught by a secret persecution book called gang stalking, which is basically means I'm a Christian being taught with system persecution by the world, see, where they have a secret program called gang stalking, work to persecute me. And then this Christian ministry are involved in this. Brandon Holthouse, Refink Arnold, Andy Woods, Bible, and there's several Christian ministries that I've seen that have taught me for this program. How? With narcissistic dog abuse tactics. And they really don't like it. So sellouts like Brandon Hotels, deep state puppet, he most likely feels like a coward because he sold out of fear. And how a lot of these people justify sending out to the deep state and start take orders for favor. It's like, hey, persecute God children for me. Okay, abuse God children. Mike says a Christian, saved by faith. Understand? And we want you, a pastor in America. He started checking out a YouTube channel. We want you to start targeting him with covert narcissistic dog abuse tags in the videos. It's like the reason it's up doing that is because he's scared to say no to these people. See? He's scared to say no to these people. And it's like there's more statistics safe and bad. Simply that. It's like pastors who work for the deep state Illuminati, power leads, they're scared not to. I mean, they get approached, it's be like, stop, we want you to say this in the next sermon. We want to control us, the satanic, like Freemasonic, like the satanic deep state power leads. We want to control you, Christian pastor, and what you talk about in the videos. And you're gonna have to start taking orders for us to be like, hey, make a video about this, okay? And start targeting other Christians like Mike with persecution. And they say it's gonna boil down to the way I see it, that it's gonna be fear being a component of why they end up being overcome. And by the same man, a man is overcome, he's born into bondage. So I've also seen, I see some really blocking. So I don't know, maybe she didn't understand, but I was kind of like, hey, I saw some really wrote. It's like, all these people, she asked, all these people messing with you, Mike? And I said, some of them kind of, but don't worry about it. You don't have to feel like you gotta work to keep my chat clean. It's like, I can deal with that myself. But maybe she just heard me talk about moderating. So, oh, maybe he liked me to block people. So I noticed he blocked some people. That's the point. A lot of times if people want to contact me on social media and leave DMs and stuff like this, want to talk to me, it's to play some kind of game, to set me up somehow or to troll me. Okay? Meaning, a lot of times if people contact me like quote-unquote private, like not talking to me in my stream chat or leaving comments on my YouTube videos, if they like want to ask me something or whatever, it's to play some kind of game. Most of the time if people want to talk to me privately, it's to play some kind of game. Most of the time. I say like 90% of the time. Maybe it's 10% of the time that it's not somebody who's like quickly showing that they're just messing with me. Okay. Like for example, it's happened sometimes, like I said before, like common things that make me get more like DM message requests. A lot of times like 2 weeks after I notice it, because it goes like the spam folder if you're not friends with them. I post something in a fitness group, for example. Post workout selfies to a fitness group. And there's a lot of like trolling and people, you negative, Mike, you look gay, understand? It's like, oh, you're in prison. Guys on Fent or something like that. It's like when you, and like just people doing different trolling, okay, comments on the fitness post. When you're 145 pounds, but I think you're big or something, this type of comment, understand? It's just a different type of trolling. And sometimes after, if I did a day or 2 or 3 or 4 days after upload to post, I go check like the message requests on my Facebook. It's like people, hey, how you doing? And I go, not too bad, thank you. What about you? It's okay. If I answer the comment, they don't expect if you just, I don't look at like mailbag where I have to answer everything. But sometimes I go and check it and I see something and someone goes, hey Mike, how you doing? It's like, you're in good shape. I go, thanks. And it goes like, do you have an OnlyFans? And it's a guy asking me this, understand? So eventually it's like, oh, this guy is most likely a gay guy, okay? Who saw my post in the fitness group and wants to hit on a straight Christian male, okay? Which is inappropriate. So that's another thing I will tell you that I'm not afraid to say. If you are hitting on a straight Christian man, that's a form of sexual harassment as far as I'm concerned. If you write to a Facebook person who's clearly not gay and start hitting on them, and there's nothing indicated that they're gay, and it's like you look at the person's page, oh, they're a Christian. Okay, do you know how rare it is that someone be a Christian and be pro-gay? Okay, so most people know that Christians believe it's a sin to be gay and they're against homosexuality, meaning it's like they have aversion to the lifestyle of homosexuality. People know that, okay? Atheists, Muslims, Jews, whoever, most people know that it's like people that are Christians have aversion to homosexuality as a lifestyle, okay? They're not approving of it. And then if you write somebody where it says like Mike is in a relationship and it's a woman, okay? And he's a straight Christian man, then you can tell there's like this guy is a straight man in a relationship. But I'm gay, I'm gonna start hitting on him sexually and be like, oh, you sexy Mike, and that man writing with these messages. That's really weird, understand? That's really toxic behavior. It would be about as inappropriate and toxic as if I would like send messages to a woman that posts in a fitness group and it looks hot, okay, and I like go to her page and DM, and on her homepage it says in a relationship with, and it's a man's name. See, and be like, hey, Hardy, would you like to go on a date with me or something like this? You understand? They're being inappropriate because the person's in a relationship and I'm hitting on them, and it would be twice inappropriate because I'm in a relationship. So it's kind of strange how many gay people just feel entitled to make sexual advances on straight Christian married men, understand? I don't know if I'm the only one. I don't think I'm the only one. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep speaking out about this and the gang stalking. And a big part of the harassment that I get in my YouTube chat, if I have it open, and like just cyber stalking. So I'm a gang stalked on the video. And part of the gang stalking program is cyber stalking. So part of how I get targeted about this deep state persecution program called gang stalking. And why do I call it deep state? Because take it straight to the source. Do you understand? It's like I find it hard to kind of water down and pretend that I'm less aware than I am. So if I'm gonna deal with, it's like Hassan Abi, I can tell he's promoted, let's say, Trump or something like this. And I know that the reason that he's promoting Trump is because Trump is a deep state puppet and Hassan Abi is a deep state puppet. Now, as a matter of fact, I got in reverse. It's the guy who drank so much sugar that he lost his teeth. What's the guy's name? The like incel looking guy who was sitting and drinking sugar in his like incel den until his teeth fell out of his mouth, and somehow ends up in one of the biggest societal commenters, like Twitch streamers turned YouTubers. This is like a case in point with all the meritocratic system, like the most intelligent quality commenters and gamers become the biggest. Now it's the deep state decide, let's take this mediocre fool that's a good little boy for us and make him big, and he be torn apart the line, understand? See? So Asmongold, there you go. Asmongold. And it's kind of similar to a person as Penguin C, most critical. It's also a deep state puppet with another shell. We'll see if YouTube will put like a Wikipedia hard burnt into my description at the top a link to the Wikipedia on the Illuminati, was like crazy people believe in the Illuminati and as a wacky conspiracy or something like this, okay, type of stuff. I'm not joking. There's certain things, if you put Illuminati in your video title, it might lead to YouTube putting like a forced link to a Wikipedia page on Illuminati. That is like, yeah, there's a conspiracy that some people believe that this Illuminati control the world or something like this. Anyway, I blocked the person because they're playing games. Okay, I can tell. So my point is this. Since I know that the truth is that Asmongold is a deep state puppet, and that's why he promotes certain ideas and he says certain things, because he's a deep state puppet. I'm not gonna go, Asmongold is wrong on this and leave it at that. I find it hard to do that. Do you understand? It's like, if I can tell that a pastor is a deep state puppet and it's being used to do the divide and conquer, where the deep state has shields on both sides, from left and the right. So it's like they're working to stoke conflict between Muslims and Christians. I can tell. They work to divide and conquer America and paint Muslims as the biggest threat to America. And some voices. Deep state puppets like Rafi Arnold, deep state puppets like Andy Woods, and others. I can see where it's like the shields, they all like almost like synchronized. I can tell. Where it's like system shields. Like this week, they were all told by the deep state hand to make videos about how the threat of Islam and Islam is the biggest threat to America or something like this, or Islamization of America. That's a big deal. I can tell this is like something that the deep state get the shells to do, and it's kind of right now. And then they're gonna have people on the other side to be like radical Christians that are really angry against Islam. They're the problem, understand? See, and they work to divide and conquer the public. And seeing deep state puppets like stoke fear mob against Islam. What is the purpose? Well, what I see is they work to get the heat off of themselves. So they don't want Christians to listen to a Christian teacher like me. They'll tell the real enemy is the deep state psychopathic power elite Illuminati that controls her from behind the scenes. The deep state, they control Hollywood, they control American politics, they control American the music industry, the movie industry, Hollywood. They are the threat to America from inside. They are the threat from America to America from the inside. They're working to de-Americanize America. They're working to ball and frog, tiptoe, thousand-step march of tyranny. They are the threat, the deep state. And then it's like, no, we don't want people to see who the real threat to America is, the deep state. So it's like, let's be like, the problem, the threat to America is the Muslims, okay? So here's the point. That doesn't mean, it's like the silly baby level comment this, me talk like this might be somebody goes, oh, I guess Mike's gonna be a Muslim because he has a problem with pastors stoking fear against Islam to divert concern away from the true concern to a lesser or concern. Therefore, it's like the grade school level. It's like, oh, Mike's gonna be a Muslim then, huh? Because Mike, do you understand? It's like the low-level stuff that works on people, how they deal with voices of truth like me, a Christian voice speaking the truth, and it's like not mincing words, okay? It's not like, oh, what am I supposed to as a Christian? Oh, I see most Christian pastors right now, they're hyping fear of Islam. So that, I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. No, it's like, no, I know the real threat. So, because I can see that there's divide and conquer happening, where the deep state are using puppet pastors, Christian pastors, to stoke fear of Islam. It's like the biggest threat to America right now is Islam. You need to be real worried about Islam and mosques being built, and the Muslims, they're the main threat to America, okay? The reason they're really doing that is to divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Problem action solution. That's a major tactic that they use, a combo. Problem action solution. That's used by the deep state. And divide and conquer. And 1, 2. Divide and conquer. And here's the point. Yeah, so if I make videos about, hey, I can tell deep state puppet pastors, Christian pastors are controlled by the satanic, secret society, deep state power elites. Right now, they're being used to manipulate you, and they're being used to control you, and they're working to. I can tell what they're doing. Okay, I can see it. It's like what they're doing is they're stoking fear, like hyping fear, and fear more against Islam, and like, hey, Islam, that's the danger. And part of what they're doing is divide and conquer, and part of what they're doing is get you to not see the real threat, the deep state power elites. It's like it's Islam, it's a religion that's the threat to America, when in reality it's a deep state that controls from behind the scenes, and it's not just the deep state Illuminati are not all Muslims, and just plotted to take over America with Islam, okay? And if it's not hyper fear against Islam, then it's communism, okay? So they wanted looking at, oh, look at this tree, that's the problem, and not see the whole forest. And if I make videos like this, it's like, yeah, they're working to paint Islam as the biggest threat, when really the biggest threat is the deep state. And I make videos speaking the truth on other topics. Like, I don't believe that 9/11 was made by, or was a plot. It's like a pure Muslim conspiracy. I don't buy the official narrative story on 9/11. I don't believe it was like purely Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden, that attacked from the outside America. I believe that the deep state that control America from behind the scenes were involved in making this happen, making it happen. You say, oh, I guess Mike's gotta be a Muslim. So it's so like low level and like dumb. It's like, it'd be like if some pastor made a video saying Muslims should get the capital punishment for being Muslim. Okay, the government should unalive all Muslims for being Muslims. You make a law where it's the death penalty to be a Muslim in America, or what it is. And I go like, no, I'm against that. Okay, this pastor is wrong. But I guess Mike's gonna be a Muslim pro-Islam. He's gotta be a Muslim, like he's gotta be loving Islam because he doesn't want the government to murder Muslims. So he's gotta be like pro-Islam then. They understand. It's like, this is the level that they deal with me at a lot of times. They understand. It's like, I make videos, and I'm gonna quite possibly make more videos. I mean, I can say right now, there's a problem with masculinization of women and feminization of men. So there's the average male in Sweden and America is effeminate, meaning not as masculine as God intended men to be. Okay, and the average woman, Western female especially, I would say, is hyper masculine, meaning more manly than God intended women to be. So the average male is more effeminate. Okay, so there's a deep state agenda to masculinize men, meaning get women to be more manly, and to get men to be more womanly, less manly. And if I make videos on this topic, where it's like they're working to make it manipulate women into thinking that you should be a strong, tough woman. That's what you should be. That's winning. And it's like you need to be a strong woman, quote unquote, a tough girl. And I go, like, strong women are disgusting, meaning the opposite of attractive, repulsive to me. And what I mean by that is like women that are trying to act like guys and have like a man persona, okay? So I'm a tough girl. It's like, you understand? It's like I'm the opposite of attracted to that. So if I would be single, I would not be attracted to women that are, and I was looking for a mate, I would not be attracted to women looking to get a woman that's like, I'm gonna find a wife, or I'm looking for a tough masculine woman. That's not what I'd be looking for. And then since they can't deal with it, since I'm speaking the truth from the Bible on masculine and femininity, since they can't deal with the truth, my actual argument, I had to make a straw man and be like, oh, Mike's intimidated, scared of strong women. Okay, do you understand? It's like if you go, it's like I'm not, it's, and I'm a high value male, so high status, and so it's like my voice has more weight on this. I mean, I'm not like a fat, ugly incel that can't get a girlfriend type of guy. So it's like I'm a guy that's actually high status male, like the top 10% on dating websites that women go for, sexual market value. A guy who's a stud, handsome with a six pack, okay? And I'm saying that masculine women are disgusting and not attractive, okay? See? So it's like, oh, we have to counter this. This is strength. Mike is a Christian man that is not scared, not mincing words, to speak against, be salt and light in this world. See, he can tell there's an effort to be like it's attractive and good if women, young women, the voice of Satan through culture, be like, and Hollywood, like showing all these ass kicking female superheroes. And I can tell it's like, yeah, they're working to get women to feel like they gotta be more like a man to have value in this world. Okay, and it's not good enough to be a feminine woman. It's not good enough to be a woman and be womanly. You had to be a guy, more like a man, to have quality in this world, to have value. And try to sell it as like that's winning and makes you more a winner, more attractive man or something like this. When that's a lie. So because it's a strength that I got the balls to say what most guys are scared to say. So there's a lot of opinions that I share that most Christians are afraid to voice them, understand? It's like only if they're anonymous in a comment section of a pastor's video will be like, yes, abortion is murder. And I have the courage to say what I believe, what I have anonymity, which is also a strength, a high value trait, courage. See, that's not a high status, high value trait to be courageous. And to be a fearful coward is low status, which is why they had to do some kind of publication ritual attempt or like some kind of regulate power. It's like this is powerful to be a person having the truth, know the truth, and the courage to speak it. So people are seeing somebody who's less weak than the average man in this way. But like the average Christian man is scared to make YouTube videos saying it's a sin to be gay, and if they believe that abortion is murder, to say that in the video without. So it's like for them to say their opinion, they had to be in a passage like sermon. I see it all the time. I didn't just dream this up. I'm working off of a large sample group of human behavior, understand? Like a big experienced data bank. So it's like a lot of Christians, if I go to a Christian YouTube channel like Raffing Gold, the Wicked Heretic, who's a deep state puppet chill, a sinner's prayer heretic, still has 10 plus videos giving sinner's prayer, curse gospel on his YouTube channel. And it's like he makes a sermon about baby killing, like abortion is murder, and it's like, amen, pastor, this is demonic and murder. Now it says a person who's got like a blank channel, and it's like John Q Public 6482 or something like this. Okay, and it's like, oh wow, okay. Now that guy doesn't have a video where he's saying, it's like, as a straight Christian male in America, I'm here to tell that it's a sin to be gay. In this country right now, there's voices saying it's great to be gay, it's okay. I'm a Christian, I know the Bible says it's a sin to be gay, it's not okay, it's not great to be that way. See, they don't have the courage to do that, okay? So since I have rare courage in speaking what I believe in this world, if that's about like attacking satanic lies with the truth, to be, oh, I can tell, because I'm not blind, I can tell that there's an effort to masculinize women and feminize men, which is turning God's pattern of things upside down, just like it's an effort to promote homosexuality, and God's pattern is man and woman married, okay? So what is it? It's a satanic effort in this world to promote, God says, marriage, human relationships, what the Bible teaches, is marriage is between a man and a woman, okay? See? And it's a sin to be gay. It's a sin to be woman with woman doing sexual stuff. It's a sin to be man with man doing sexual stuff. So what is the satanic world system doing? Working to turn this upside down and the opposite. No, it's okay. They can be man, man. God says man, woman, that's marriage. Well, the Satan's world system is going to say man, man can marry. Woman, woman can marry. And there's nothing wrong with it. The Bible says there's something wrong with it. And in the same way, I can see there's an agenda to turn God's natural order upside down and go, women, tough, women should be more manly and masculine. And there's an effort to make men effeminate, which is a sin in the Bible, not effeminate. And there's an effort to make women more masculine, to masculinize women and to feminize men. There's a satanic agenda to masculinize women and feminize men. And it's worked, which is why you have the average Western female being hyper-masculine and the average Western male being hyper-feminine. Okay, effeminate. And a big part of it is I can see the nuts and bolts, how they work to lower men's testosterone, the masculinity hormone. That makes you look more man and have more male aura, kind of more masculine energy, and just be more strong and more athletic, more energetic, just physical, biological masculinity. A big part of that boils down to testosterone levels, okay? And there's an effort by the deep state that has been successful in getting the average man to live a lifestyle that will make him have low testosterone, see? And I've been teaching how it's done. Like, here are some things in how the average man lives his life that can lower his testosterone levels, so that you can take action to protect your testosterone levels. Okay. So, there's an 8-hour time difference between Sweden and Japan, so it's nighttime in Sweden, it's starting to get light in Japan. Okay. In Sweden right now, I'm gonna check, it's 17 minutes past midnight, 0017. I'd like to be able to count to 10 in Japanese. Now, I haven't been thinking that I would like it a lot, because then I would have learned it by now. Which means I haven't been caring enough about learning to count, but it's ichi-ni-san go roku or something like this. Roku go roku. Ichi-ni-san. 1, 2, 3. This can be ichi-ni-san. So at least I can count to 3 in Japanese. Which means to read out the time, it's like I'm missing some numbers there. If I could count to 10, I could convey what time it is to a Japanese person. Because I could just go 1, it's like 0027, okay? So even if you can't say 27, they might still understand if you go 0027, okay? Even if you don't know how to say 27. So anyway, here's the point. Yeah, I'm a Christian, being persecuted. I'm like Neo in the Matrix, the guy in the Daily Mirror with the glasses. I'm a person that has been able to see the truth and have been speaking it. And I'm a danger to the satanic deep state by who I am, what I know, and not only what I do, but what I had the capacity, potential to possibly end up doing if they don't work to interfere with it and stop me from doing what I might naturally end up doing if they don't interfere with everything. Now, thanks to God, despite intense efforts to target me physically, psychologically, mentally, being the target of a secret persecution called gang stalking, I remain strong, fit, and healthy by baseline in let's say most metrics. I'm fitter than the average person, despite an effort work to weaken me and make me toward my body. So do you understand? I'm ripped with the six pack at 37. And if my testosterone levels will go really down, I get more lazy, more carnal, more slothful, gluttonous. I start getting a devil. And I kind of keep working to get the word about gang stalking until these motherfuckers kill me, and that's that, to quote Tupac. I took a liberty game and double up and double up and double, and since I keep on doubling until these motherfuckers kill me, and that's that. And that's the guy who got killed. Now, and anyways, the point. There's also conspiracy about Tupac's murder, that it was a deep state hit, that he was too kind of political in his lyrics and stuff like this. There's conspiracies, which I have entertained at times, that quite possibly Tupac's murder was like the deep state taking him out. Okay? That possibly he was like too political, and he was a person that could cause trouble for the deep state. And basically, I don't have to get into all the different like possible motives there, but it's like possibly it could have been a deep state hit. I'm still not 100 on that. And Biggie too. Now there's entire documentaries on like, did Puff Daddy, as he used to be called back then, did he have a hand in Tupac and Biggie's murder? Now anyway, here's the point. I'm a part of the deep state. I'm totally with the secret conspiracy against stalking. And yeah, I mean, I didn't pick this fight of working to expose this. This fight picked me. Ephesians 5:11, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. So this is kind of, this is sword in my flesh, this sensitivity. Therefore rather glory my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. When I am weak, then I am strong. So I'm producing content live right now, and I have some infirmity of the flesh, autistic sensitivities, and I guess I could use that as an excuse to not do visually high quality exercise streams in my bathroom, because it's make me feel uncomfortable. Okay, see, and be like, well, I don't exercise because there's bright lights in the gym or something like this, and it's like I don't have a gym card. I'm a total video. I can't go to public places too much because I get targeted by the government gang stalking program. So it's like that's why I'm fat and out of shape, because I'm a total individual, and then people work to harass me all the time. So it's just, yeah, I'm out of shape because I get harassed all the time, and I don't have the ability to go to a gym, and I don't have a lot of money, so I can't buy the protein powders other people can, all the creatine and stuff, and I can't afford peptides or something like this. So I said it before, losers and excuses go hand in hand. So there's excuses in context. Another pathetic attack I get is if people work to vilify me and then paint me as the problem with all my campaigns. It's like I crashed out online after having been harassed for 10 plus years. And there's other people that's like the first week the tolerance starts to go ballistic and go on like a mass violence spree. I did a lot of mass violent events in America in the news, like the last decade. Quite a lot of them have been by targeted videos, and it's like the first week of being targeted or something like this, that they snap, go postal. See, it's like somebody is an average Joe, and suddenly it's like in the post office, people are comping their personal life or gas, it's like they didn't know to get targeted. And then some people might go postal like the first day. It's like that movie with Denzel Washington, where they say so, the demon. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Now you always say that you want to be free, but you keep coming back. Yes, you You keep coming back to me. Okay, there's a movie, Fallen or whatever it's called. What's it called? I don't care too much about the title. The plot is the main thing. There's a movie with Denzel Washington. There's a demon called a SAHA. Okay, and it jumps, and I count that as a hidden. This is also what makes it dangerous. This knowledge, this perception that I have, where I have the ability to see what the deep state are saying, because the deep state have an MO of telling on themselves. So before they did 9/11, they were hinting at the coming 9/11 event in pop culture, Hollywood movies, because they've controlled Hollywood for 10 plus years, and they knew this was going to happen. Okay, um, the same thing as they knew that the pandemic was going to happen, which I can show you multiple instances of foreshadowing a pandemic in pop culture, from the Resident Evil movie with Umbrella Corp to um, Luke Fiasco's music video version of Sad is not a find that I found. It's like, oh yeah, that's foreshadowing. Okay, so the part of this world system, uh, the truth, the reality, the real truth, the deep truth about this world, and people are trying to describe this as secular or something like this. No, this is Bible truth. Let's say they have advantage for us. We don't ignore his devices. Be sober, vigilant, for answer the devil as a woman walk by sigma devour. So maybe it looks like that's what my sides do. Hey, you have an enemy in this world. Specifics, the deep state psychopathic, satanic, satanic power leads. Here's how they work to control the world and harm people all the time. Before they murdered thousands of Americans as satanic human ritual sacrifice on 9/11, they were hinting at it pop culture. That's part of how they operate. I can also show you how they were hinting at the coming pandemic that caused other problems before they did it. See? So that's kind of like, let's say they have advantage for us type of stuff. For we are not ignorant. I'm not ignorant of these devices. See how we operate. And be sober vigilant for answering the devil as the role I walked by saying devour. That's what I'm serving the body of Christ. Whatever the gift of discernment, whatever gift this might be, that I'm able to do what I'm doing, to see the truth in Hollywood movies and make videos, no cut from a movie decoy. It's about the using sugar to poison you and keep you under control. What is that? That's teaching about, to Christians, the truth about the satanic deep state world system that's controlled by them. The God as well as the devil, more specific, not just vague. Yeah, Satan is real, people, and he's out to get you, and then leave you hanging. And then maybe 1 million Christians after 20 years can figure out 10% of what I've been telling you in my live streams. If you just leave that Satan's out to get you people by. Okay? But it's like, here's some specific brass tacks. It's like, here's how the deep state, satanic power leads are working to poison everybody. The thief come out for to kill, to steal, to destroy, and condemn my life and more abundantly. So it's like, yeah, here's why so many people are dying every year in America. It's because the deep state got eating a high sugar diet, which leads to tooth infections and obesity. And anybody, even like mainstream, the most normie, if somebody's like worth the salt, they will tell that getting obese is makes it less likely to make it to 100. It's like all-cause mortality. Google search or ChatGPT, all-cause mortality and obesity, and you see what it tells you. Okay. Or obesity, all-cause mortality, okay, or obesity, longevity, okay, longevity, obesity, and you see what it tells you. If it will tell you that, yeah, just like being fat is that's great for longevity, okay, you're less likely to die the next decade if you get fat. Do you think ChatGPT is gonna tell you that? Like if you want to make it to 100, get fat, okay? No. So sugar makes you fat, and sugar gives you cavities. And tooth infections. It leads to tooth infections, a high sugar diet. You have more tooth infections if you have a population in a high sugar diet than if you don't. And tooth infections can lead to heart attacks and strokes and kill people. Can lead to heart attacks. So, yeah, the reason I'm taught it so hard is because how dangerous I am to the satanic deep state and their agenda, because they feel losing control of the public. And people like me need the Matrix They Live guy in the They Live movie with the glasses, with God one they can see, become a problem to them. Because the risk is that other people get woken up by me speaking the truth. And me seeing what I can see, showing other people what I can see, that's a danger to them. It's like already what I've produced on Rambo, my decals of Hollywood movies and stuff, is dangerous to them, which means they're gonna have to work to shadow ban me. I do believe I'm shadow banned on Rambo. Okay, I do believe it's at that level, where I'm shadow banned on pretty much all platforms. Now, Rambo had less possible liability in like deleting my streams, because it's like they've known their brand is that they let you talk about things that YouTube doesn't. So if they would be like start pulling my videos for medical misinformation, it's like, well, everybody else on Rumble, we know there's like the Wild West platform talk about health fitness without disclaimers. You can say, I believe that eating bananas cure cancer, Rumble. You could say that, and that's like a joke. I'm not saying that I believe that and that already could, but like somebody could have a wrong, crazy opinion, make it either Rumble say they believe that sun gazing cures cancer or something like this, and Rumble wouldn't have a problem with it. But on YouTube, if you make videos like that, give medical misinformation strike. Now, I shouldn't get one here because that's like just, here's a stupid thing that's wrong that people might think that this cures cancer, but it does. Like on Rumble, you could say that you believe that chanting Kumbaya cures cancer, but it's like on YouTube, you stop making videos like that, you're gonna start pulling the videos, okay? If you monetize, it's gonna demonetize you, and then if you really make the serious videos like that, and it's not like I'm doing it right now. Now who knows? It's like they don't expect people to be reasonable. If a man has not faith, it's not reasonable. So just because you're reasonable, don't project your reasonable nature onto others. Okay? So it's a tendency in human beings, get time back into psychology knowledge. There's a tendency in human beings to project their own nature onto others, which means people that are non-predatory, non-scheming, non-narcissistic, psychopathic, they're like more empathetic and more like innocent, naive type people, they're more likely to assume that it's like to be like, well, I would never do that to somebody. Somebody's like, hey, it's like, hey, somebody writes you, it's like, I'm a Nigerian prince and I got a bridge to sell you. And somebody goes, well, I would never try to scam somebody $1 million by lying to them in email. So it's like there's a tendency to like unconsciously project your own nature kind of onto others. And also narcissists do this where it's like they are planning to cheat on the spouse and they will be like, you're planning to cheat on me to the spouse, okay? So anyway, that's the point. So I should have assumed that YouTube is going to be less satanic than they are. Don't be evil, okay? So it's like we can't have Mike SAHA talk about, make an argument on YouTube to explain the difference between the terms of service on YouTube and Rumble. He made some analysis about how to explain to my viewers how much more free Rumble is when it comes to talking freely about health fitness. Well, to give you an idea, on Rumble I can make a video saying that I believe that licking bananas cure cancer. Okay, see, and it's like if you just give medical information strike for saying that, it's like now you really like crazy. Okay, so now I'm still gonna do disclaimers, so they'd be even more ridiculous if they still give me like some trouble for this. Nothing I said in this live stream is to take as medical advice information. I'm not a doctor, okay? And none of this content is intended to take as medical advice information. And talk to the doctor, licensed physician before making any changes to diet, lifestyle, supplementation, or medication. Talk to the doctor before starting to or stopping to take any supplements or medications. And talk to the doctor before engaging in therapeutic procedures, meaning if you're trying to cure something, talk to the doctor first and then ask their opinion, medical professional. So, anyway, there's an 8 hour time. Okay, so what to eat when you're hungry, Mike? What's severe? Well, I eat only 1 time per day, okay, which means I do OMAD fasting. Eat to each time a day. Okay, I eat only 1 time per day. Okay, I eat only one time per day. And that's like I'm using my hack and like I'm stretching my communication ability here. Where it's like there's like a hack, but it's almost like a joke. Where it's like the trick to speaking French is just pronounce English words with your best French accent impression. Le coconut milk, okay, and they put that le in front of random words like le egg or something like this, le honey or something like this, like honey, okay, it's like the cheese, okay, see, and just it's trying to make it sound more French, and it's like it's almost like you're speaking French now. So it's like one of the tricks, like the hacks to kind of sound more Japanese as you speak Japanese, add like at the end of words. So, and I've noticed this by looking at Japanese YouTubers. If there's an Anglo, there's an English word, they put a at the end of it. So if they say video game, that's what a video game, Japanese video game or something like this. It's like yeah, they add a at the end of a lot of words. If they pronounce an English word, they add a at the end. A lot of English words, they add a at the end of the word, like video game. Okay, see. And then also Japanese people, if there's a at the end, they don't pronounce it, so it becomes silent. Be like itadakimasu. It is M-A-S-U, the spelling, masu. So there's a lot of words that if you look at the spelling Japanese, it ends with A-S-U, asu. But if there's a uyu, they don't pronounce it. But if there's no u, they put one there in the pronunciation. So it's like silent letters. So that there's a pattern there identified where it's like, it might say like video game u. There's no u at the word video game, but they pronounce it with u at the end. Now if there's some word in Japanese like wakarimasu, and you look at the spelling, it's asu, but it's wakarimasu. But if you look at the spell, it's u, asu, but it's a wakarimasu, or something like this. But whatever, it could be not going to be 100% true in every case, but like there is some kind of pattern there. It's like some words, there's no u at the end of them, they put one there when they pronounce the word. The reading word, they pronounce it, they put a u sound at it, even though the spell doesn't have u at the end. And then certain words, if there is a u, they don't pronounce it. Okay. So basically, yeah. So anyways, the point. What do you eat when you're hungry? I'm not hungry. I don't spend a lot of time being hungry. I do OMAD fasting, and I do without hunger and food noise. Meaning, I didn't eat since waking up. It's past midnight in Sweden, and I woke up 9:10 this morning. Didn't eat since waking up, and as usual, I hadn't been hungry. Didn't have a minute of hunger since waking up, because I'm fasting adapted, and the way that I do fasting, my diet, I eat one time per day, fast 20 plus hours per day, and I don't go around being hungry when I'm not eating. So there's people that watch videos about the food knows how to get rid of food, and these people are eating like 3+ times per day, and they're still having hunger between those meals, okay? And then like they're eating 3-4 times per day, and they're fat and lose weight, and they realize it's like the hunger is part of why they eat so much. So they're trying to get less hungry. The food noise and stuff. I do OMAD fasting. I look at 16-8. Some people boast about 16-8 intermittent fasting, and it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be past 16 hours of fasting. I do 20 plus, okay, 23 hours per day for 5+ years. It's not something I did one day and I'm bragging about it. I've been doing OMAD fasting for 5+ years now. 9 out of 100 days, 365 days per year at least. And on a rare occasion, I do 2 MAD. Meaning it's like I fast less than 20 hours and eat 2 times or 3 or something like this. But 365 days per year, 365, I do OMAD fasting 1 time per day. And I've been doing that for 5+ years. And I'm not hungry, okay? All the time I get hungry in the morning. And I have my OMAD meal towards the end of the day, typically not long before going to bed. So it'd be like supper is my meal, okay? My one meal a day. It'd be like if you only ate supper, okay? And no breakfast, no lunch, no nothing. All the time I'm hungry in the morning. So I woke up today 9:10 something in the morning. and it's past midnight, I didn't eat yet. I didn't have a minute of hunger. So-called food noise. Thinking about food or being hungry. Um, the way I do fasting, I don't have hunger. Okay. So to answer your question, I don't get hungry. Okay. I don't get hungry. Does it look like I'm anorectic? Oh, Mike has some food stuff, something wrong when it doesn't get hungry. So it means that it's eating so little that it's unhealthily light. I'm 69 kilos, 5'11" with shoes, 5'10", 5'9.5", maybe 5'9", maybe without shoes, and then not my best posture. Maybe 5'9", and 69 kilos. So somewhere around 170 pounds, 165, 170 pounds. So it's like face value. You don't have to. It's like if I was anorectic, you see my camera, you can see this guy is eating way too little. It's like I have an ideal physique, and that makes some people feel bad. That it's like yeah, I have an ideal physique. Okay, and I'm not looking to change it. I have the physique that I want. I'm happy with the physique that I want. I'm content with it. So, anyways, the point. I'm not. I'm really hungry. Most of the time, if I eat, I'm not hungry when I start eating. It's like the hunger starts when I start eating. A lot of times, that's when it kicks in. Do you understand? So it's like it's, how I live is like I do almond fasting. A lot of times towards the end of the day, it's like, oh, it's getting late. I'm thinking I might try and get to bed before midnight, so I need to have something to eat. It's 8 in the evening. Start cooking my almond meal, break my fast. Now a lot of times after I start eating, now the hunger kicks in. See, I start eating, now it kicks in like digestion stuff, and it's like now I start like really eating, and then it's like I get hungry after I start eating. Okay, that's when the hunger kicks in after I start to eat. Okay, so um, I don't spend a lot of time being hungry. Okay, so what we eat when you get hungry, that's interesting too, because it's kind of like a tell in how I'm different than average person. Because most people they eat when they're hungry. So what makes them eat is feeling hungry. Whereas getting into almond fasting, quitting sugar, the high sugar diet, and getting into almond fasting, there was an initial period of dealing with hunger. Okay, while not eating despite feeling hungry to get into almond fasting, get adapted to it. But a lot of people relationship with food is if they feel hungry to eat. And that's how they live their whole life. They feel hungry to get something to eat. And that's how most people live their whole life. And they never had like a 2-week period of control themselves to the point where they feel hungry but don't eat despite feeling hungry. Getting adapted into almond keto and then living without hunger if they get it to a point where I am, where you fast 2 hours per day, don't eat. Here's another interesting thing. You can Google almond fasting HGH, human growth hormone. Almond fasting testosterone. Okay, you can look at some different articles and see what we see there. So, anyways, the point. What do you eat when you're hungry? First of all, if I'm hungry, it's not that I eat every time I get hungry. I don't. I don't. So it's like I don't wait until I'm hungry to eat. It's not like okay, I'm hungry so I eat. That's not how I live. I don't spend a lot of time being hungry, and if I want to maintain almond fasting, if I started being hungry, I wouldn't just anytime I feel hungry eat. The only time I've started having hunger while fasting, it's like wake up in the morning, start feeling hungry, is the day after a cheat meal where I had a lot of sugar. See, that's the only time where I wake up in the morning feeling hungry. Is if I had a cheat meal yesterday, I had a lot of sugar. Okay, see. So. Here's another ridiculous freak fool. They wrote some lewd comment. They're gonna get blocked. So how's that work out? Do you feel like Mike SAHA has gotten scared in this live stream and looks weak now? Okay. How's that work out for Deep State? Do you feel like I'm melting down? How's that work? Is going to be cyber socks and here to play games? Okay, and it's not every person, but a lot of people are coming by the yoga, you're like, can I smell your farts, Mark? It's like that some of these type of people are deep state cyber stalkers, work for the gang stalker prosecution program. Okay, so what do you feel like it's doing? Do you feel like that cyber stalking, that it's getting me to like cry, or like I was uh, it's like calm at the beginning of the stream, but now I'm crashing out after you send somebody cyber stalking in the chat, and I'm spitting and screaming, cussing and crying or something like this. Do you feel like it's like I'm getting scared and intimidated by the harassment? No. So anyway, here's the point. Yeah. So we asked me about my diet. What to eat when you're hungry. So to actually answer your question, which Saviri actually has earned, well, this grace and merit, possible combination of grace and merit. So Saviri does get some quality answers here, okay? So what to eat when you're hungry, there's like a assumption in there that if I get hungry, I eat, okay? Now, I don't eat every time I'm hungry, and I'm not hungry, okay? And it's like it's rare that I'm hungry, okay? It's rare. So I wake up, don't eat breakfast, don't eat lunch, don't eat the afternoon, I'm not hungry. It's like the days we see in the stream, I don't go around being hungry. Didn't break my fast yet, and spent quite a lot of time streaming today, and I didn't have any hunger since waking up. So to kind of put it in a way where it's like, it's not that my eating is controlled by my hunger. So I decide, let's eat now. Okay, so I don't have a lot of hunger, and I eat only one time per day. So I think you know that by now. If you've been interested in understanding who I am and what I'm doing, by now you would have figured out that I do fasting and eat only one time per day. So this is set number 4 is when I'm counting that. It could be 5 or even 6 because I've been kind of losing track. But this is set number 5. 10 kilo bicep hammer curls. And adjusting a little bit. So I like most of my meals are simple home cooked food, and I don't make them too unhealthy. Okay. That's also part of that kind of masculinity where I'm not like a bull where it's like, oh, I look at food as a pleasure source for a good time, for fun, okay? I look at food as a nutrient delivery system, okay? More so than something I do for enjoyment. Which is why I don't have like milkshake and ice cream every meal. It's like, wow, it's my 1 meal a day and I'm gonna have cookies and ice cream and this and that. No, it's a lot of times it's kind of bland, kind of half boiled food. Sometimes it is, where it's like meatballs, potatoes, fat. It can be kind of tasty, but I look at food more like a nutrient delivery system than like a good time. Now sometimes kind of inadvertently I end up like, wow, this is really tasty. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you're awake, so really, and on YouTube later, you might get to see today's homemade meal. I might upload a short of today's homemade meal. Sometimes I even go live and eat it. You were watching last time yesterday. So since that, yesterday I didn't eat. So if you go to my channel, people, and you click live, breaking my fast, today's homemade meal, something like this. I had a stream yesterday. That's what last time I ate. So since then I didn't eat. I didn't feel hungry since then. 1. Some people think that it's like, oh, Mike is still fasting. He's gonna be hungry all the time. No. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so it's 7:45 a.m. in Japan. Okay. おはようございます。Switch the timer. 0050. Yeah, so Sariri is more feminine than the average Swedish female, I would say, an American female, which is a positive. Now she's in a culture, so you have more authentically feminine women, like real women in Asia. Okay, so if you're a man that likes feminine women, which means like you're not half gay or something, it's like you're attracted to femininity as a man, okay, and not masculinity packaged in a woman, okay, which and I don't care if you have a fan, understand. It's like, yes, there's a problem with masculinity. I'm not going to pretend it's normal. Just I won't pretend it's okay to be gay. I won't pretend it's okay for the satanic agenda to have women be manly and men be womanly, okay? So there is a problem with feminine men and masculine women, okay? So here's the thing. Sariri is at least a little bit more feminine than the average Swedish female, I would say. And generally, there's more feminine women that's highly feminine in Asian countries, in the East, than in Western countries. So there's more like traditional females, more traditional females in Asia than in Sweden, America. So there's more like feminine women in Japan, China, Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, and other kind of Korea. You have more Asian women that are like feminine, like womanly women, okay, feminine women, than in Sweden. And there's more Western females that are more like masculine, okay. So I'm not half gay, which means I'm not like attracted to a masculine personality in a woman body, okay. See? Okay. So, yeah. Now, Sariri is the last child of Satan, unfortunately, which means she's not gonna be like really like living like all true to the blueprints of how a human should be. Okay, she's not able to. Now I'd say this. There's degrees of wickedness, sinfulness, and stuff like this. So there's some lost people. It's like there's some lost people. It's almost easy to hang out with them than other Christians. Okay, do you understand? Because there's so many Christians that are like more. Do you understand? It's like Sariri doesn't come across as a person who's envious. So she sees me being like rare shape. But she doesn't be, oh, Mike has a six-pack, I don't have a six-pack, I hate Mike now, Mike is exercising hard. I don't exercise hard, or something like this. No, do you understand? Uh, Now the saved people, they're like they see me being in shape. I don't like Mike. I mean, it's like I hate Mike. I'm envious. I'm walking envious. They're more envious despite being Christian than some lost people are, which is definitely something that makes it hard to get along with them. Okay. Um, so yeah, a lot of times it's easier to get along with, less hard to get along with Japanese YouTubers than like American YouTubers and other nationalities. And that's not because Asian people have like a kind gene, okay? It's culture to a large extent. Also, I would believe, if I'm really gonna wax analytical here, so what is the reason? So Mike Sai is saying that he believes that there's more feminine women and Asian women generally are more feminine than Western women. It can boil down to estrogen levels. That quite possibly, I wouldn't be surprised if like the average Asian female has higher estrogen and lower testosterone than the average Western female. It could be that simple, like a big chunk of explanation for why they present as more feminine in personality and just energy vibe and stuff like this. Also, culture, where it's like countries that then there's never been like a push for, hey, women, you gotta be more manly now. Not as much, at least. You have less women having kind of fall for that. Okay. So, anyway, that's a long-winded way to kind of compliment Siri a little bit. Give the devil her due. The sixth heaven demon king, the seventh heaven demon king, Sibir-chan, the Ringu, the Ringu, okay. Sometimes I wake up in the night and Siri is standing in the corner. You have nightmare, and you have Siri in the corner, and her hair like this, stuck in front of her face, and she's like, what it says to Bingo Girl. I'm not even like I'm like what's funny in that one. But here's the point, you get that idea, just like you see the movie. Oh, okay, this is okay. Here's the point. So yeah, the Bingo, okay. Severi sometimes she haunts me at night when I'm trying to sleep, and Serena just I see her in the corner. I say, "Oh no, it's the ring, you got Serena again," and she's got her hair like in the front first. And I go, "No, this is the ice. I gotta be scared all day." And it's like, "Oh, okay," and then, okay. It's like it's already scary. She's standing in the corner with the hair like this. In this corner, I'm like, oh shit, it's Serena teleported to my house again. I understand. It's like uh, like a night apparition, like a sleep paralysis demon, okay? And she now it's precious devastated with this, with the hair in the front, with the white robe, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, here we go again. I can't move either. She spiritually tastes me all this stuff. So and she goes, now she starts with the sound effects. She's walking real weird like this, and then when she's about this close, it's like I go, okay, it's like she's getting closer, and I'm like, oh shit, the eyes are gonna be real scared, right? And she's like, she spins her head like this, and the eyes are really scared. So, and okay, and they like red, all red eyes like this. But sometimes it flips over to black right after. And I'm like, oh shit, it's like hero got on the side. It's like, it says, stop tormenting me. And I did it, okay. Power crash compels, she just disappears out of the room. It's just the power crash compels her. And she just goes, she just disappears. I go, okay, I'm with it again. Okay, so. So like a lot of the entertainment might be lost in translation for people like Sabrina. It's like there's just like edgy jokes and humor that she might not get like the full, but she can feel the energy of trickstering of jokey pokey, sort of. So she can feel that. So possibly sometimes she can feel that this guy Mike is joking around right now. Okay, he's making some kind of entertainment thing right now. Okay, so anyway, it's the point. Yeah, so we had some really chat in the chat. Seventh heaven demon witch king. Okay, she's the seventh heaven demon witch king. Okay, wrath of the Lich King. Okay, okay, so okay, yeah, Seriri is like a sleep paralysis demon that haunts my YouTube channel in the middle of the night, and it's like here to read my sins, and she goes, yeah, I'm here to read all your sins, and I go, oh, okay, and she starts reading them off, and it gets really weird. So it's a point. I'm being facetious. So it's a point. Seriri is an acquaintance, a friend, if you, okay, can I use the term liberally? But she said that, yeah, you could call it YouTube friend of sorts. We're not best friends, but with people that are friendly, so our relationship is, when we interact, typically it's friendly, okay? We're friendly with each other. And she's still welcome on my channel. She didn't get blocked yet. There's some people got her blocked. Now, I'm gonna do some fitness modeling shorts. We're gonna prep this by clicking the down button. So I just need to click the create highlight right after when I'm done. You don't need too much to, it creates a shadow so you can't really see the abs. So it's like leaning back here is when you can see the abs. Well, most guys would like to have physique like this, and most women want to have a man that has this physique. A stud physique with a six-pack, like fit, athletic. And unfortunately, the average physique is like dad bods in the 20s and 30s now. Most men have dad bods in 20s and 30s. And that doesn't mean that you're unattractive women entirely, but it's like, if somebody's single, they didn't get a wife, and they're looking for a wife, it'd be easier for them to get a wife if they had a six-pack if they don't. Like kind of coming back full circle, I was talking about in the beginning of the stream, like ridiculous red pill masculine type content. And I see that Frank DeFormer has been doing some of that. And it's like his shtick that he's doing is like, if you're less than 5'10", just give up on getting girlfriends, or like a girl, what it is. If you're less than 5'10", you're just invisible to women. Like, women go for the tall guys, okay? I don't know if this is, can somebody tell me, maybe I should like search his channel actually, before leaving a comment asking, like, at least I should try to search his channel for like height or something, to see if he's got a video on his height, okay? But what is it, like 5'7"? What is Frank DeFormer? Okay, is he 5'7", 5'5", 5'6"? Because he seems to have a big deal about it. It's like, well, yeah, women don't like guys like me, they're not tall enough, stuff like this. Now, I do consider that to have like a toxic. Now, you have to consider a lot of stuff you see on social media, it's like for entertainment, and people doing character work and stuff like this. Okay. Now, here's the point, like, if he's serious, about this. Where it's like, no, he actually believes what he's saying. And there's like no part of it's just like for entertainment or like rage spreading or whatever. It's kind of like MG Tao thing. He's like pandering to MG Tao Insta audience, which like, yeah, I've given up on trying to get a girlfriend. So they're to the point where not even delusion about being able to get a high quality woman now. It's like they got to the point where it's like MG Tao is like, yeah, I'm not even gonna try to get a girlfriend, I'm gonna be single for life or something like this. Yeah, but basically, so answering that, Frank DeFano talk about women will ignore you if you're less than 5'10" and just give up on yourself, kind of try to get a girlfriend if you're less than 5'10". That's not true. Yeah, it's easier for you to get a girlfriend if you're 5'5", handsome with a six-pack, than if you're 6'2", ugly with a dad bod. That's what I'm saying, okay? That's if you want to be like all or nothing, hard and fast. It's like I'd rather pick, if I'm gonna make videos saying, I'd rather pick saying it's easier to get a girlfriend if you're 5'5", handsome with a six-pack, than if you're 6'5", ugly with a dad bod. Here's the main thing too. So there's like stuff that's like bizarre. It's almost like looks maxing, like clavicular. Where it's like people get bizarre. It's like, I'm not happy with my looks. Okay, it's like if I would look better, I'd have an easier life and people would like me more and I get more. It's like I have better outcomes if I was a little bit more attractive. Okay. It's like this guy's still like level 9 handsome in this world. And there's a great advantage being that handsome, and I'm not a 9. I need to work to getting as close to level 9 handsomeness as I can. And if not, life will suck, kind of, you disadvantage and stuff. There's like a weird thing there. There's a weird thing there. So, I would say to young men that have been watching, if you watching my videos on my YouTube channel, and then you also use Frank DeFano, don't believe the bullshit on the sense. If you're a guy that's like 5'7", and you're like, oh, I can't get a girlfriend, I have a Frank DeFano says I just be ignored, and I'm invisible to women because I'm not 6 feet or something like this. Don't buy into that, because it's not the truth. I mean, Joe Rogan would be a prime example. The most successful podcast in the universe, the biggest podcast in the universe. So typically, if you're measuring success on YouTube, like monetize YouTube, if you're making money from the YouTube channel, it's like, well, he's making the most money. It's like he's got the biggest platform, okay? A lot of people are not competing with who's got the smallest platform. Like, I got less subscribers than you, understand? Okay, I got less views than you on my podcast. Okay, so he's been successful. Now there's gonna be an angle like deep state, letting certain people get ahead and keeping others from getting ahead, that I don't need to get into for the sake of this argument here. So here's the point. He's an example of how a person can be successful despite being short. And Joe Rogan, it wouldn't be like a delusional hater to say that he's short, because he's quite a lot shorter than the average American male, okay? So he's significantly shorter than average in the culture that he's in, okay? And I don't think he's had problems having girlfriends throughout his life. So yeah, you can. And here's another thing actually. Some people that have disadvantages end up having more success than people that don't. I've analyzed this before, where there's a pattern, which is like there's more fat, ugly, short comedians than there are like tall, dark, and handsome ones. Do you understand? Because part like formative years, people growing up, like kind of natural personality development, is like people that are like ugly, fat, short, have a hard time making friends and getting female attention, like getting a girlfriend or something like this. But if a person learns to be funny, it's easy for them to make friends and get dates. So some people, this is a pattern, I'm good with pattern recognition. It's like Joel Coco Diaz, comedian, Bert Kreischer, comedian, Bobby Lee, who is an Asian American, so it's like he spent a big part of his upbringing in America. So he's gonna be this a really short guy in America, see, and not really like wow, what a handsome guy, but he ended up being a funny guy, see, and having a Kalei like a hot girlfriend is a Filipino woman. Now they broke up or whatever. Okay, he had some success. And people like him and want to be friends with him, and there's quite a lot of girls who want to hook up with him, I reckon. See? So I do believe, like analyzing this, there's like people end up doing things that work. So if people find that it's like it's hard for them to make friends and get a girlfriend because they're fat, short, and ugly, and or these things. It's like they're kind of like more out of shape and less attractive physically to other people, and they might find that they have a hard time making friends and girlfriends. So it's like that kid figures out that like if he can make people laugh, people want to be around him, girls and guys, meaning like friends and girlfriends. And then there can be how some people get into being funny. Okay. It's like I would be surprised to have more people that are funny, that are fat and ugly than people that are handsome. So some people that have like a disadvantage, it leads to how they respond to how they play the cards. They got like a bad card, but it's like how they played the cards, they still end up winning. Do you understand? There's some people that have the genetics for like star athleticism. It was like they could have been an Olympian, could have been a contender, could have been a. I do believe there's some people. It's like they had the genetics of Usain Bolt or Sha'Carri Jackson or I don't know Michael Jordan or Lance Armstrong or something like this. But they never kind of access that, see. So there's some people that don't really have a genetic advantage in terms of athleticism. They end up being successful athletes. Okay, just due to like hard work and discipline, trying hard. And then there's some people that had like the genetics for athleticism, never get into doing anything really athletic. Do you understand? There's gonna have been people that have the athleticism, like the genetics, that people that are star athletes have, but they became a star athlete. Then you got into like low level hobby athleticism. They just became a fat guy and stayed fat their whole life. See? Do you understand? So I do believe that David Goggins, unless he's been like a lifetime nightmare or something like that, unless he's been on like roids, it's like that's the secret. Like he got an Ozempic and testosterone, and that's how he got stopped being fat. Which I'm not saying that I believe, but it's like if you know anything about David Goggins in some part, it's like he was super fat and out of shape, and then and I think that was after being a Navy SEAL, okay, and he had a period of time where he got fat and lazy and out of shape. and then he got into exercising again. If I recall, he was first Navy SEAL, then got out of shape after being Navy SEAL. He said that the long story. And then he decided to start exercising and then get in shape. And he's in great shape now. Now I would not be surprised if David Goggins is not a nanny. Like if he would be on TRT, HRT or something like this for many years. Okay. Now you could also see how a guy that if you buy like the story of David Goggins, that a guy like that could be in that level of shape without roids. Okay, just from like hard work and exercising really hard and pushing himself and not being lazy and just fighting any little wind of laziness that comes, he fights against it. Understand? And you understand that he feels like I don't feel exercise. I'm exercising 3 times as much because I sort of feel like not exercising the time. Okay, so nice point. I did believe that someone like David Goggins, unless he's been on roids since he was a teenager, kind of, he's gonna have an athletic component, like some kind of athletic gift. Like he's got genetics that are conducive to high level athleticism. If there's marathon running, other things. If he's natty, okay. Like if he's a natural, if it has to be like since he before the Navy SEALs, he's been on roids, TRT, HRT, doing roids, and since then always on roids or something like this, testosterone. I could see how like a guy like that, more likely than not, he's gonna have a genetic advantage, gonna have genetics that make it easier for him to perform athletically at a high level. Okay. That is going to boil down to human growth hormone testosterone coding in his genes, where he's going to have a little bit more human growth hormone testosterone production going than the average person or something like this. That's going to be a big part of what it boils down to. The athleticism genes. It's like more testosterone, basically, naturally. Okay. Now, possibly too, if you have like a gene mutation that's less corrupted, where you can produce some vitamin C. And most people produce no vitamin C, and you're one of the rare people that have some internal vitamin C production going. That is also going to be for all factors. I would believe that would make you set you up for better longevity, better athleticism, and things like this. And part of how having your body produce vitamin C, I believe, would be make you have higher testosterone than other people that are having all these toxic exposures and everything else, but no vitamin C in the body, like to serious amounts. So anyway, here's the point. Yeah, so now David Goggins. So let's say here, okay, it's like David Goggins. I do believe that unless he's been on roids his whole life and stuff, I would say that he's the type of person that most likely has genetics that are conducive towards athletic performance. Like above baseline, like average male is gonna have genetics to make it a little bit easier for him to get to a high level of athleticism. Okay. Now notice how despite that, it's not like automatically it's gonna be in good shape and perform athletically. He had a period of time he was fat, lazy, out of shape, and like a slob, super fat. So he could have became that David Goggins when he was 18 years old and stayed that David Goggins his whole life despite having the genetics that makes him able to perform a high level athletically. Do you understand? If he was like he's 18, moves out of his mom's house and just gets lazy and he doesn't cook, he just orders home delivery of Domino's pizza or go to the when he's gonna go, he could just buy some big soda and a pizza or something like this, and that's his diet. And eat candy and keep living like that and don't exercise, just play video games, watch porn and TV all day. Like he could have been fat and stayed fat, and if he would have stayed that way, he would be the fat that we call his whole life. So yeah, it's like this is like such a defeatist and inaccurate attitude that Frank Defauner is promoting now where he makes content about if you're less than 5'10", just give up or get a girl. it's like you're invisible to girls or so for this. It's like silly, okay? And it's not true. That's the point. And it's a defeatist attitude. So, um, the main thing when it comes to height is what's more important. Like an easy argument to make is I want somebody who's taller than them. Okay, women are not as attractive man that's shorter than them and as to a man that's taller than. So the main thing is being taller than the woman that you look to attract. So if you are so short in a culture, so if the average female height is 160 centimeters and you are 157, now you're gonna be quite a lot less attractive to most women than most other men. So the main thing is women are attracted to men that has more upper body strength than her, is of greater stature, meaning a woman is gonna be more attractive to a man who's stronger than her and taller than her and things like this. So the main thing is being taller than the woman you're trying to attract, okay? So if it's not that you have to be 6 feet to be attractive woman, but women are, they want a guy who's at least a little bit taller than her. So if you're a little bit taller than a woman, that's enough to be able to attract her. The more important is your facial symmetry and your handsomeness level. And it's, I'd say this, having a six-pack at 5'6" beats having a dad bod at 6'5", okay? Yeah, because decoding it is like the feminine attraction to women are attracted to men that look like they can fight. Like the bone structure, it looks like it's a tough face that can take a punch. Shoulder width that translates to punching power and wielding weapons and things like this. So basically, the female genetics is like a man whose face and body looks like he could fight other men and win, understand? Which means less sissy boyish looking and more like strong and masculine looking. So that it's a big part of what the appearance that women are attracted to is a man that looks like he can fight better than other men. Now, you also have guys that don't look that part, but women can see them be able to punch hard and move fast and stuff. The athleticism in itself can be sexually attracted to women. Just your physical prowess, okay? So, and here's the thing, the genetics that make a man, it's like the height. What is height? There's an advantage in untrained male versus untrained male in height, and especially if both men are equal in not training, okay? Meaning it's like skill of fighting. So it's like all other things being equal, two guys that never drilled a punch in their life, okay? It's like the guy who's big most of the time will win in a fight versus a guy who's smaller, okay? Now, so here's the point. A lot of it boils down to like what women are attracted to is quality genes, okay? So quality genetics manifest handsomeness, looking good, and a high IQ. So quality genes manifest as good looks and a high IQ, okay? So women are looking for quality genes is another way to deal with this. So women are not looking to produce low quality offspring with low chance of survival, things like this. Women are looking to have quality sperm inserted to them. They're looking to have genes that make for strong fitness level leading to survivability in the environment is what they're looking for, okay? Because if you think about it, there's a lot of work for a woman to carry around a baby for 9 months if she lets you impregnate her, and then raising the child into this. So it's like if you're gonna have genes that lead to these people, like the offspring unlikely to survive, it's like there's a lot of So anyway, that's the point. So women are basically attracted to quality genetics, and the quality genetics, the visual tells, which is like IQ level and and handsomeness. Okay. Now here's another thing. Being built like I am, even if it was ugly, was still kind of signal quality genes in a way, because it's genes that kind of indicate high testosterone. It's like here's a male who's 37 with a six-pack, low belly fat, and like the body with facial structure, everything is kind of like looking more masculine, high testosterone than others, which gives an advantage in combat, like men fighting other men, having high testosterone than other men is an advantage. Okay, do you understand? So I can tell this with fast-acting testosterone. Um, and here's my understanding, okay, that there's a strength boost from testosterone that happens before you have bigger muscles. Meaning, I do believe this, like if somebody goes to a doctor and go, oh, you got low T, and they like inject it with testosterone, and they go home and exercise, maybe even the same day after coming home from the doctor, they'll be like, oh, I'm getting like 3 extra reps than normal, just because they have more testosterone in their bloodstream right now. Before, it's like after months and months and months of having high testosterone and exercise, their muscles grow. I do believe they're just like free testosterone in the blood at a high level, even short term, can make you stronger, even before it leads to your muscles growing. Understand? So, and anyway, here's the point. It's like, I'm not joking. It's like there's certain things, like for example, research empirically verified, where it's like I've heard things about if you do leg day, it boosts your testosterone. If you exercise your legs, it kind of makes you have more testosterone in your body not long after you exercise your legs. And I've noticed like after I'm exercising my legs a lot, sometimes I can feel that I'm more horny and I'm more aggressive. Okay, see, do you understand? That I feel more aggressive and more like arousal. I mean, it's like I'm more, do you understand? After training my legs, which is that? What is that? Is that there's some effects of the short term having more testosterone in the body that they change your personality and how you feel and things like this. You can take your retarded bullshit comments and get blocked, okay? You idiot. What are you doing? If you tune into my live streams, it's like it's kind of obvious what I'm doing. I'm talking in my live stream, okay? I'm on camera talking, okay? What are you doing? You're getting fucking blocked out of my chat, loser. You freak cyber stalking loser. So yeah, so now the problem with, here's another thing. There's a poor diminishing returns where you're too good and it makes you like the opposite of pretty privilege. There's a level of greatness that makes you have less success. Understand? So it's like if you look as good as I do, and you're as intelligent and competent, and it's like that just evokes envy and hatred in people. So it might be easier for me to succeed if I was uglier and dumber. Might be more liked and have more positive engagement and stuff and more fans if I was less threatening in being better than the average viewer. Okay, see, it is important to diminishing returns. I talked about this the other day, where it's like the female prime minister, Taka Shawawi or whatever her name is, Al-Sheikh Kebab or whatever her name is, the female prime minister of Japan, she's proved that pretty privilege might be overhyped. Where the same like 24 Michael, you can't have success if you're short or something like this. There's gotta be something like, well, if you wanna make it in this world, you have to be attractive physically. It's like the female prime minister, she's less beautiful than the average Japanese female, I would say. And I'm not saying this to insult her or be mean to her. I'm just being analytical. So, the Japanese prime minister, which is a woman, she's less beautiful, attractive than the average Japanese female, I would say. Okay? She doesn't stand out as like, wow, what a beautiful woman. Whereas the average Japanese woman, I say the average woman, like, wow, that's a beautiful woman. She's looking good. No. Now you always have to bear in mind that in this world everything is like rigged. It's not an organic meritocratic system, a meritocracy. Where it's like people that are the best get ahead. That's not how it works. A lot of people foolishly believe so. People think it's like the best health fitness. The people are the best at health fitness, they get the biggest health fitness YouTube channels. That's not how it works. Here's another little trick. Somebody came in trying to ask for trying to get some free fitness coaching. He was asking me how to get abs. Okay. Oh, dude, how to get abs? And he says that it's skinny fat. Well, if you're looking to have me give you answers to your questions, don't write like you're rude and disrespectful. Okay. Okay. If you're looking to have me give you coaching, you don't address me as dude. Understand? Yeah. So if you're watching this and you never got saved, the only way to hell the lake of fire. And that's it's like when Samson was with Delilah, she was asked the reason of his strength. So it's like, what is the reason I have the strength of fearlessness, courage that makes me able to be a public total individual and a public Christian and have the courage that so many Christian men lack to be on YouTube, showing their face, using their name, saying it's a sin to be gay and all these other things that most people wouldn't dare to. It's because I have faith. So I'm a saved man, which means I don't have to fear death, understand? That's the root of all fears. So if you lose the root fear of death and don't go around, it's like, do you understand? It's like your natural state as a saved man is to be fearless. That's your natural state. Fearless and or courageous. And being fearful and cowardly, that's not your natural state as a Christian. This is a Bible verse, and deliver them who through fear of death were their whole lifetime subject to bondage, in bondage through fear of death, which is where the Matrix movie drew from. You're a slave, Neo. Before he gets saved, he's like, you're a slave, Neo. See? Bondage. So slaves are in bondage, bond servants. Yeah, so I'll go down in history, through history, as a man who was a Christian, refused to submit to the deep state, and kept fighting for years despite them attacking me, and Raffi Gordon, Brandon Holtas, and Woods others. They would run the history books as people who sold out to the deep state. It'd be like people run over to King George and help the Redcoats fight other Americans. That's how disgusting they are. They do to their own. See, most of these Christian pastors, it's like they're the sellout. Raffi Gordon is a deep state. He's the sellout in the Daily Movie. Brandon Holthouse is the sellout in the Daily Movie. I'm the Daily guy with the glasses that can see. One that can see, I get persecuted and harassed. So back to the movie I talked about before. So part of this world system, how it works. The deep state will tell on themselves, they will hide people from you. So since they've had this gang stalking persecution program for more than 20 years in America and in Sweden, true to form, they're gonna hint at this being a real thing in this world that they control, world system, in pop culture, like the Daily movie, the Matrix movie, and that movie with Denzel Washington. Because they're referencing this gang stalking persecution program in that movie. What's it called? Fallen. There's a movie with Denzel Washington where he's like a detective. I think, what would I say thing? And there's like a demon in the movie that jumps from person to person. And there's like a scene where he walks down the street, and there's like one person. You can tell it's like the same person, spirit jumping from like person to person in the street. And do you understand? That's referencing gang stalking. That's referencing gang stalking persecution. And if you're dumb, that doesn't mean that gang stalking is spirits. No, they're referencing gang stalking. So them showing a demon jump from person to person to mess with a single person in the street and stalk and harass them and mess with them, kind of. It's like he's out in public walking on the street, and it's like every 10 person is fucking with him, kind of. Do you understand? That's a reference to the gang stalking program. So the real world that they're referencing would be 1 in 10 people have Bluetooth earpiece with the gang stalking hand on the phone. Go, okay, look at him, give him a dirty look, or cough 3 times, walk back then. So, okay, get ready, 3, 2, 1, cough 3 times. And you can tell that this person fuck with him. And it's like the same malevolent stuff behind it, understand? It's like a narcissist in the flying monkeys, do you understand? Now in the movie, it's like how he gets messed with a lot of people when out in public is there's a demon jump from person to person, but that's a reference to gang stalking, where it's like I told you it's out in public, it's like maybe 1 in 100, 1 in 10, 1 in 100 or so when they're out walking. It's like 1 in 100 would be more accurate actually. In their city, if they live in a certain city for a long time, or a certain neighborhood or something like this, like a small town, maybe 1 in 100 people will be a gang stalker after 10 years of them living there, or 1 in 1,000 or something like this. But the concentration when they're out in public, so it's not just like per capita. Like if you have 10,000 people in the city, like this city, maybe there's 300 people in this city that are gang stalkers. They're like, they know they're part of a secret stalking cult that works to harass me and mess with me in different ways. So it's like 300 or 10,000. Now, in a day where I go downtown, I have like a day going downtown to do shopping and stuff. The concentration, like the statistics, is going to be higher. Because these people that are part of it will get sent to appear around me. Another reference to the gang stalking persecution points in the Daily movie. So there's a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, it's like the teacher has appeared and been teaching for many years, so we are the students showing any interest in learning, understand? It's like most of the time when I get into deep issues like this, I have the sense, like biblical, where it's like Of these type of things have many things to say and hard to bear to see, yet dull of hearing. So, what the deep state psychopathic part is so like is that I'm hard to control, they can't control me. It's like the 80-20, I'm hard to control. Most men, they can bitch make them and get them to become like the slaves. They sell out that they live. Most Christian pastors even, they're supposed to be an example of Christian strength and courage and standing against evil. Like a example for other Christians. It's like, yeah, they're weak, they sell out. Raffling going on. Brandon Holthouse, Andy Woods, these are 3 deep state puppet pastors that target me for this gang soccer program. Because that's part of targeting. That Christian YouTube channels who subscribe to the pastor will get put up to do covert narcissist always abuse types in the videos against me. Because I started watching the videos. That's part of targeting again. I call it shield-fluencer targeting. Or you can even call it media targeting if you wanted to. But here's the point. The truth is the truth, and a man must bend to its power, live a lie. So I don't prefer to be like, yeah, I'm gonna bend to I'm gonna live a lie more. Okay. That's why I'm not a closet TI. You understand? Because it's like I'm not gonna be like, well, okay. If I speak the truth about being a target of a secret persecution program, most people think I'm crazy and things like this. Yeah, well, just like if I'm not a closet Christian, the lost world will think that there's something wrong with me. And a lot of people that might be wrong, it's not something to be gay or something like this. You're crazy for believing God. A lot of people had it wrong. So that's the point. I'm not going to bend to lies. Dead things float with the current. So if you have a lively fish, the fish that are alive are not like the dead fish are. They're more lively and are delivered or the midwives are coming out. So you have in Alaska, you have streams with bears, and bears are fishermen. Bears are bears of all trades. So part of what bears do for survival in like Alaska, like natural habitat, brown bears. I think the latter might be urus or something like this, or ursu or whatever. I don't fail to recall precisely, but here's the point. Bears go to like a stream, and this salmon fish swim up current a certain season, and they like jump the steps of the river to get up. At a certain point in time, it's like they jump, okay, and the bears know this, and they go and chill and hang out there. There are times animals are programmed to exert as little energy to burn as little calories as possible to acquire fresh calories, which means that the programming from God in a lot of species is it's optimized. Like God made an efficient system, and energy is here's another thing. If you have, it's rare, okay, the 1 in a million person that has a critical thinking, sharp brain, you have enough mental clarity, sufficient recall and pattern recognition ability to be able to gain some wisdom by studying nature. Does not nature itself teach you? So the Bible says that these things that you can learn from nature. Does not nature itself teach you that if a man had long hair, it's a shame on them? See, there's a Bible verse, but doesn't even nature teach that a long hair dude is a shame for a man? That's a Bible verse, okay? There's a Bible verse teaching that. Does not nature itself teach you if a man had long hair, it's a shame unto him or something like this. So, even if I'm not like an expert zoologist, I would be surprised if I start studying zoology. There's like many male species, be it birds or like certain other animals, it's like, oh, a lot of times the female has less hair, that has more hair than the male, or something like this. Makes self-teaching if a matter. It's like God is right. So it's like if I'm not seeing how it's right, it's going to be an error in my perception, not in God's teaching. Okay, so here's another thing. So how would that be applicable to lions, for example, feline predators? Uh, Lions are used in the Bible to teach negatively and positively. Be sober, be vigilant, for actually the devil as a one lion walking about seeking whom may devour. Another time when a man of God was opposed by Satan as a roaring lion, a lion roared against Samson. There was a lion that roared against Samson, okay, which means he was accosted by a lion, pretty much, okay. And he rented as if he would rent a kid, but he told not his parents what he had done, okay. And out of the eater shall come forth meat, out of the strong shall come forth sweetness, stuff like this. But whatever, here's the point. So Samson slayed the lion, then returned to the scene of the crime, the carcass, the very carcass thereof, when he found wild honey in the carcass of the lion. So it's like, and I'm a literal interpretationist of the Bible. Meaning I don't allegorize or allegorize it, like it's all metaphors. Like some people are, and they go, yeah, the Bible is just most metaphors, and it's like they don't realize there's like when God says that there was a man that defeated a lion in physical combat, that's an historical event that actually happened, and it's not like an allegory of facing adversity, and it's just something that God wrote as a cute story to teach you something about courage. It's something that actually happened and can teach you about courage, something like this. Do you understand? So there was a young lion that roared against Samson, and the lion was a beast, and Samson was a man with the Holy Spirit, and the Spirit came mightily upon him. See? So Samson was an actualized human because he was a human with the Holy Spirit. His body was temple of the Holy Ghost. Now, in the Old Testament, the Holy Spirit come and go. The Holy Spirit could depart from a believer. Don't believe wicked heretics like Robert Breaker who have a hybrid system where they teach salvation by faith works in the Old Testament. Jews in the Old Testament were saved by faith alone, just as Gentiles are today and Jews. So salvation has always been by faith alone. So anyway, it's the point. Samson was a human, not a beast. Okay, the lion was a beast, an animal. Which is animals are beneath humans in value to God. Okay, animals are beneath humans in inherent value. Okay, they're not entitled without value, but a big part of value of humans is serving man, where humans can use oxen to plow the field to make food and grow crops and feed the family. And for humans to be able to populate the earth and have multiple generations of humans, and it's not that humanity died out. And God had to supernaturally bring down manna every day to everybody, including Gentile nations throughout the generations, because it's just so hard to survive that God had to kind of give manna every day to everybody since the Garden of Eden until now. Because, do you understand? God has set up this world so that human beings eat it anlete sweat. So it's like in the sweat of your brow. So this water has the point. Yeah, so nature teaches that if a man has long hair, it's a shame on them. So there's a lion that was put to shame. Okay. Okay, and I reckon it was a male lion which have longer mane than a female lion. So if female lions, lionesses, they have a shorter hairdo than males. And males go in mane. Okay. And the devil is referred to as a lion. As a roaring lion. Say. As a roaring lion, they walk about seeking whom he may devour. And we know how it's going to end for Satan. Like humiliating defeat. Is this who the world has, whatever. So, now the positive is the wicked flee when no man pursue, but righteous is bold as a lion. So anyway, support. The deep state, they have this work, the perception map, because they know how powerful I am, empowered by God, and they know that history is changed by quality individuals. Everything else comes down to the quality individual. And all my series don't unfortunately equate to single one. So people like me, men like me, change history. And the average person is not that type of person. So the deep state know how dangerous I am, and one of the things that they use to limit my influence is the smear campaigns and to paint me as a bad guy, and that helps them to recruit people to fly mics and participate in sabotage my life and everything. So they don't like it when I'm doing quality defense, understand? It'd be like the deep state prosecution program is like, cherry pick like bad moments when Mike has been acting out in his life to paint him as like a super evil person to justify abusing him crazily, understand? And then if I go, well, I've had brain inflammation as I'm a child, and that can make you go nuts and have all kinds of mental health problems, from OCD, which I had as a child, to lowered impulse control and more likely to act out in different ways. And the reason I have this is the same system prescribing others response for me having autism and neuroinflammation. So they don't like it, just that. Whereas like I can see all the work to kind of just look at acting out moments, but and not look at the context. Whereas like people are provoking me before I got that angry. Just look at Mike being this angry. And it's like people were provoking me before I got angry. It's like, oh, Mike, that's just an excuse. It's so pathetic. I'm going to fear that. Like, if I do a good job defending myself and give context, but it's just an excuse. No, it's not a fucking excuse. It's context, okay? Do you understand? It'd be like, I don't know, if I go to court, okay, and the truth was the government shot with a dart gun with like fentanyl in it, and I'm now, it's like they shot meth into my body, and I'm like act like a meth head and freaking out and doing something stupid, and I'm in court. It's like I know that's the truth that the government drugged me with fentanyl or stuff like this, and it's like it leads to me going nuts. If that was the truth, I'd be like, yeah. It'd be like, yes, I did that, and I made a mistake. I did something wrong. I shouldn't have done that crazy thing. But somebody drugged me with meth before I did that crazy thing against my will. And time of events, before I acted out, somebody drugged me against my will with meth, okay? That would be like, what? It's just an excuse. Someone could say that. Now, do you understand? So it's like, I don't do meth, by the way, okay? There's a big effort to paint me as crazy and a drug addict, as it is. No, it's important. So yeah, I'm gonna keep defending myself. God made sure that I came across a video from like, or allowed me to, where there's a lawyer talking about like, don't talk to the cops or stuff like this. And it's like, you have a right and duty and an obligation, responsibility to defend yourself. I get ready to break my fast pretty soon. Yeah, so I decided to do 3 sets of bicep hammer curls, 12 reps per set. I did them, and then some. I might have done 5, 6 sets per arm, but more than 3. So here we are. And I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep fighting for my freedoms, standing up for my God-given human rights are being violated by the Swedish state by proxy. And it's a big part of how they target me. It's like the deep state recruits people, the Swedish state government gang stalking program that they have recruits people to harass me online. And then it'd be like they want to think it's just random trolls on the internet, haters. It's all just might be harassed on the internet, people messing with them. It's just organic. See, they want to think it's organic. When really there's people being recruited and put up the target in different ways by this deep state persecution program, gang stalking. So I'm the target of a secret persecution program called gang stalking on videos, and I have been for more than a decade. I'm not going to stop speaking out about that. And here's the thing too. It's not that they started targeting me after I started work to expose this. It was like, well, they were targeting at a light level, kind of petty level targeting, until I started making videos about this. No, they were targeting me to an extreme degree, to a point where I came close to dying from the targeting. And they try to get this section institutionalized long before I started doing what I'm doing now, like live streaming, get a world of my game stalking. So it's like, it's not even like, well, after Mike decided to start working to fight back against the program by making videos about this and like really work, get the word out all the time. And like I'm doing now. It's like my whole life is live streaming and get a word about gang stalking and find this tyrannical evil program. It's worked just all my life. It's like, okay, then they started doing this extreme stuff and then get them in a psych ward against this wall. No, before I even started being like an active whistleblower, they already try to get me discredited ahead of time because every target is a potential whistleblower. It's like, this guy, we know from studying his childhood that if like he gets bullied long enough, eventually he fights the bullies. Okay, so it's like we know that especially this guy. Now every target is a potential whistleblower. Like every target, they're gonna work to discredit you because they know that like if you're not speaking out now, working to get the word about gang stalking, they know that sooner or later you're gonna start doing it. Okay, because people get bloody murder, scream bloody murder typically. So it's like, do you understand? So if you get to a point where you're being targeted, your life's being destroyed, you have very little to lose. It's like, do you understand? It's like you're really mad, you're being targeted all the time. Eventually you're gonna be out of anger, out of whatever, you're gonna naturally feel like fighting back, understand? This is it's like a human instinct to fight for your life, for survival. And to be angry at people doing certain things to you. So they know that if you start talking to somebody, like eventually you're gonna start telling people what's happening to you. Which means that's part about the work to get you to believe crazy shit, so your testimony won't hold that much weight. They work to deceive real TS into believing direct energy weapons are used on them at V2K and RNM machines, all this crazy talk. And they try to get you to think maybe you have a brain chip implant or something like this. So if you start whistleblowing about gang stalk, like, hey, this is a program called gang stalk, they told me. They want it to be that you're also a person that says that part of the target is that they put a chip in your brain or something like this. Okay. Now most people talk like that are fake TI crazy talkers. They are paid crazy talkers. They put up to claim to. Their job is to claim to be a TI and discredit themselves and the topic by how to talk about it. Now there are real TIs that look like the fake ones because they've been brainwashed and deceived by like the fake TI community. It's like 90+% fake into believing it. Do you understand? So, to be precise, I don't like to be precise. Unless I'm making jokes, then it's like part of what I'm going for is not being precise, but here's the point. Do you understand? It's like it's like for comedic purposes, sometimes I might be imprecise on purpose. It'll be like, I'm so gay, I'm so gay. It's like sometimes it's a joke on the panel. It's like I go, hey, does it make a guy gay if he's jerking to gay porn on the regular, asking for a friend or something like a sin? You understand? But it's like that's being inaccurate on purpose for like laughs, shits and giggles. So here's the point. Where it's like, I'm a black man, understand, with vitiligo or something like this. A lot of people don't know I'm a black man. I got vitiligo as a 12-year-old. And unlike Michael Jackson, it's like I turned whole white real quick. So do you understand? It's like that's very entirely imprecise, but it's like on purpose for comedic effect. Anyway, here's the point. More or less effect, more or less comedic. Here's the point. Now, so in my estimation, at least 90% of people online claiming to be torn videos are fakes. Okay. %90 of so-called torn videos online are fake torn videos. So 90 to 99 out of 100 people on YouTube leaving comments on like TI videos, I'm a torn video, they're gonna be fakes. And it's like most accounts in like TI support groups on Facebook are gonna be fake TIs. And then you can get into how many are paid fakes and how many are people that are fake TIs are not really targeted with gang stalking, but it's like they're delusional and claim to be a TI but they're not. And how many people are panel schizophrenics that are in these groups? How many people are like panel schizos that didn't make contact with the psycho yet, who are in TI support groups talk about the brain reading machines and where are the voices coming from? What frequency is the direct energy weapon using to put voices in my head? Okay. Now here's the point. Keep it simple. 90% of online TIs, at least, people that claim to be TIs in comments, forum posts, or in Facebook support groups, YouTubers making videos, claim to be talking videos. 9 out of 100 are fake, okay? 900 out of 1,000. 9,000 out of 10,000. And most paid fake TIs, crazy talk. That's been a pattern for a long time. Most TIs that are fake TIs, they will crazy talk. And you will have some real TIs crazy talking. But most crazy talking TIs are fakes. Fake. I would say if I had to bet. If I want to be like even more kind of like cautious in my estimations, I go, well, maybe it's like 50-50 in like this Facebook group, TI support group that is like head of that general, but maybe 50-50 crazy people and 50%. Do you understand? It's like maybe it's like I'm not gonna get too into it. Here's the point. Most online so-called TI people can become just online are not real TIs. And most of the fakes are paid fakes. Meaning people that have a job to pretend to be TIs online. and crazy talking and work to discredit public things talk to the public by making them sound completely nuts and also working to with the same crazy talk to see real PS and to believe all work and whatnot. Now, there are TIs that are real TIs, but they're crazy talkers. Now here's the point. The other part of the problem, part of the solution. So targets that are crazy talking online, they're helping the enemy, understand? So there's not like, I'm not gonna have toxic empathy, where it's like, oh, they're helping the deep state persecution for to murder me and destroy my life and cover up against stalking, but they're not trying to. It's just okay, well, check the number of mics out on top of the videos, so we didn't end up being crazy talkers out here that we got chips in our brain, okay, see. Now here's the point. Some of the things that make a person more prone to believing delusional bullshit about the targeting as a real target, understand the psychology biology enough to be able to deal with that. So target videos, a lot of targets have CPTSD a few years into the targeting. Severe vitamin deficiencies, neuroinflammation above baseline, are isolated, are faced with sophisticated propaganda brainwash like a cult. They're similar to like somebody's abducted by a cult or something like this, and I understand. So here's the point. Targets are stressed. The people are to stress you out. You're in survival mode, and you're isolated. A lot of target videos. Your mental physical health is going to be worse than the average person, especially when you find my coaching videos and act on the advice. And just something as simple as this, it's like people that are extremely stressed are more easily deceived a lot of time, okay? Which is why the deep state uses fear to manipulate people and control the behavior. And it's like, here's a shock trauma event, 9/11 happening. Here's who did it. Let's go to war and change American laws to de-Americanize America and have it more draconian. Okay. What is that? Fear. Okay. Get everybody super stressed. Trauma response. And here's the bad guys. We need to change the laws right now. We're all gonna die. We need to fight these terrorists before they do war attack. We need to go to war in Iraq, and yada yada. So here's the point, which is also why being fearful is a risk factor for being deceived onto your own detriment and hurt. Okay, and okay. It's additionally. So here's the point. Do you understand? If the deep state can get you scared about we're all gonna die unless we stop global warming right now, you're more likely to fall for a scam. There's like you gotta give up 15% of your paycheck, or add like a tax on any time you buy something. You have to pay 50 cents extra to save the earth from global warming. And it's like if they really can scare you and be like, we gotta do something about this, or we're all gonna die. It's like you're more likely to fall, okay, to take 15 cents off my paycheck, like 1.5% of my paycheck, and add 15 cents per 100 cents on everything I buy as like a global warming tax or something like this. If they can get real scared about global warming, more likely to fall for it. So being a fearful coward, not cowardly, makes you more likely to believe lies, and not a sin to believe lies. So if you're fearful, you're more likely to fall into more sins or being a lie believer speaker, okay? And here's the thing that makes it like a lie, where it's like there's a part of you that is choosing to be deceived, okay? Because you want to believe the lie more than you don't want to believe it. So people that don't know certain things, it's because they don't care, they don't have enough of a love for the truth, see? People that don't know certain things, it's because they don't care enough about what the truth is to find out the truth, understand? The same thing with 9/11. Christian pastors that are not 9/11 truthers are like, hey, I don't buy the fish store 9/11. They don't care enough about what the truth is. Because even a person with a sub-average IQ, like a person that has like a 90 IQ or something like this, could and should, I would say, figure out that something's not right about 9/11. Because it's like, they made it so simple. It's like, even in Sweden, a lot of it's like Big Brother's hand-me-down program, like Pimp My Ride. A lot of Swedish culture is American culture, where it's like Swedish TV stations that people that have a TV at home and it's on, and you flip through the channels, it's gonna be American TV shows. It's gonna be Pimp My Ride and Orange County Choppers, and it's gonna be Pawn Stars, and it's gonna be like a lot of the programming, Mythbusters on Discovery Network. Like a lot of people have a TV, they have the digital, you're gonna have American shows, okay? And just growing up in Sweden, not having a special interest in even, but just, I'm gonna have seen in growing up, like from the 90s to like 2000s, I'm gonna have seen shows where they show controlled demolitions in Vegas, where they have like on Discovery or this or that, they're gonna show you where it's like they demolish buildings with controlled demolition. And it's like once 9/11 hits, you've seen that before, really a same person with some pattern recognition is gonna be able to be like, looks like controlled demolition to me, okay? Looks similar to that thing I saw where they were blowing them up from inside the towers on that show on Discovery about controlled demolition, how to bring down buildings in Vegas on purpose from the inside with explosive charges, called controlled demolition. Okay, so it should be like this as at an intuitive level. People should feel like the official story is something not right. And if you act on that intuition that you're being lied on and you care about what the truth about this matter that's happening in the news right now is, you're gonna end up searching, you're gonna be able to find documentaries, Richard Gage videos, things like this, that kind of confirm the initial intuition. So yeah, so here's the thing. I'm 37 years old, and I've been young and now I'm older, and a wise man in 10,000 have I seen, but whatever. That's the point. So, um, yeah. So here's the point. It's like you're on your own. I understand. I've tried to help you, and it's like you gotta. As long as I'm out here, I gotta keep being who I am. Understand? It's like I don't do things for applause or for money. It's like I am who I am. Understand? And uh, the way that I am, it's like I just end up teaching things and attacking lies and speaking the truth and defending myself and stuff like this. So I'm not planning to stop being who I am. Okay, so here's the point. You're gonna have to decide what you care about in this world, truth or lies. So I get ready to stop breaking my fast, cooking my fast, baking meal. I do almond fasting, which means I eat only one time per day. And the exercise I've been doing this session tonight and the previous session I did martial arts training have been a fasted state exercise. So there's some people that I've seen promote that you gotta carb load and eat before exercising, or you won't have energy for exercising, like lifting weights on for this. Well, I did 3 sets, well, actually more than 3 sets of 10 kilo bicep hammer curls after 2-3 rounds of martial arts training. And I needed proof they don't have to eat before exercising to have energy. Okay, so if you want to learn more about fasting, intermittent fasting, how I do it, you can watch my videos, and you can learn how I do it. So, unfortunately, it's rare to have a Christian like me, who's like a shadow Bishop Bergdahl, Samson, David type, who will not submit to evil and start serving it and keep serving it like pastors, these weak coward pastors like Brandon Holthouse and Rafik Arnold and Andy Woods, these weak cowards, and they're envious because they see a man like me, a Christian, and kind of like a living rebuke, where it's like it reminds them of their weakness. There's like, here's a Christian who's being taught by the same deep state I was scared to say no to. He keeps saying no for years and years and years and keep being taught and persecuted into affliction as a person of God, rather than choosing the sinful submission. See, the pleasures of sinful submission. So everybody says, the easy life, the good life. The pleasure of sin for a season. But God says it's for a season. So I've been doing affliction as a child of God who's living my life, being the boss of my own life, understand? I don't have people controlling me, understand? I don't let people control me, understand? And they don't like that. The deep state don't like that they can't control me. They don't like that. Which is why they're so pathetic that they had to resort to try and make it look as if they have more control of me than they do, for perception management and for like practical purpose of getting people to talk to me in certain ways. They need people to believe that they have more control than they do. So, unfortunately, it's rare to have a person like me now. God has enabled me and equipped me to be a person that can do things that other people are not doing, and I don't think that there's other people able to do it. So I gotta keep doing what I feel meaningful to do. Subscribe to me on Rumble, for crying out loud. Critical Mass Mike on Rumble, and I uploaded a video that was Rumble exclusive the other day, a primer on mental health and neuroinflammation and things like this. And I uploaded that kind of like a follow-up video to that to my Facebook page, and the same video didn't upload to Rumble yet, but I might get to it. I got saved before I was 20 years old. I'm 37 today, and there's a lot of things that I've learned since I got saved that I don't think I've ever learned if I didn't get saved. If you get saved now, you have God in your life, and He's not going to be working to enable you to stay ignorant about things and kind of work to get you to believe lies. Okay, God is not going to work to be like, yeah, okay, I want this guy to keep believing lies here, there, and there. So I don't believe that the Holy Spirit, if a person gets saved, is going to be, okay, I want this Christian who got saved to keep believing lies of the satanic world system about what happened on 9/11. Okay. And so I'm gonna finish up. Salvation is by faith alone. Don't believe people that tell you that it's by works.